So, hello everyone, welcome on the live stream from Vezerkepzo GM tournament. We are playing in castle area of Budapest, and now we have a final round. So many players already played good results and they reached norms. So it is very good information for us. And now I would like to give a word to Jegush Pechach, which is first ranked player from GN tournament, and he scored with a very good result.
So hello everyone. Don't worry, I will not be there for too long. Grandmaster Attila Czebe will join me in a while, but now so there he is. So for now is it
Yeah, now it's your game from final round that you played before because Mr. No.
like this?
It has to be there,
Yes,
and
yes.
you are switching between games here
Okay,
with this
okay.
menu, and it has to be here on top level. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can watch the only 3 games are played today, because 2 games already been finished. This one was decided by forfeit by Black, because she has some other things to do.
Yeah,
But we
because
have,
she has a small baby and she hasn't found a keeper,
yeah, but we have 3 other games,
babysitter.
and also I will show probably some other games from the tournament.
Yeah, you can
I can
show
show
your
you mine or some
good games. Yeah,
others.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we can watch the openings at least of those for a while, but then I can show you mine games. Okay, so this is quite important game. It is played by Nitish and Gal Joka. Nitish has to win for IM norm, and Joka needs I think a draw for VGM norm. So this will be definitely the one to watch. And it's a Caracan defense. Nothing special there. What are the other openings? Oh, this one was fun. E4C, another Caracan, and this time with 92, which I have no idea what's the point of this move, but probably to get him out of the book. So 92, d5, e5. I actually seen how they were playing, so it was like bishop f5. No, it was c5, d4, knight c6, c3, bishop f5, and it took on c5, which I'm not so sure if it is that good. He took on e5, and now white was thinking when I left. Well, it is quite ambitious for white, but I mean, it could easily backfire. For example, he wants to probably put his knight to d4 or g3, I don't know, then to some bishop b5, but I mean, he gave black the center, so I'm not so sure if it's good or not. But we'll see, this will be definitely interesting. And the last one is played by... Also in this game there is nothing, or they are playing for nothing. This guy is already an experienced grandmaster, and this guy already earned his IM norm yesterday. He's +2 unbeatable, 5 out of 8. Last one is Basak against Ansat. Ansat is not having a good tournament. He has like 1.5 out of 8. He's playing too slow. In every game he gets time trouble, so this is definitely not his tournament. Okay, so they are playing Sveshnikov or Pelican defense. Yeah, nothing to say right now because this is on Fury. So we'll see how it goes. So maybe I can show you some of my games when I'm here. Attila then can commentate. We can go from the first round. So this was against that Kazakh guy, Ansat. It was the first round, and I was black, so I played French, which I don't usually do, but I've seen that he was playing... yeah, also I played bishop b4, which I don't think that is that a good move. I think d takes d4 is the main line, and black has good chances of equalizing. After bishop b4, e5, h6, well, I think it is not so good. But I played only because I saw that he had some games after bishop h4, which seemed like quite a good position after something like this and some h5. So that's why I decided to go for this, but after 5 seconds he played bishop c1, so maybe it was not the best. And also I know absolutely nothing about this. Some general plans, but that's just about it. after the game, I looked at bishop d2 is probably the best after the giving by computer. Then after bishop takes c3, b takes c3, knight d4. Now bishop c1, which is really rare move, only like 20 games database. The main line is queen g4, and the point of bishop c1 is, at least that's how I understand that. Now if you take the pawn, there was some like queen f3, and somehow you put the queen on a3, and he can't castle and you develop easily. It was like some queen g4, and you have to play king f8 or something, because after g6 there is something with queen a3 or just some knight e2. According to computer it's not so good, but okay, that still has to be explored more. So you play bishop c1, knight d4, queen g4, g6, also king f8 is possible. I'm not so sure which one is better, but okay, g6, knight d2. I was of course already out of book, so I'm not so sure if I played this correctly. c5, a3, bishop a5, and now he played b4, which I was absolutely not expecting. I was considering some other move like d takes c5, but b4 is probably the best, you know. Well, of course, after a3 I was considering queen a5 actually, but then I realized that it's not working because it takes, queen takes a1, and there is tactical shot knight takes d5. I can't take because there is queen takes c8, which is just game over for black, and otherwise you jump on c7 and take the knight, so this is not good. And also, even if you wouldn't have this knight takes d5, so knight takes d4, d takes d4, some b takes c5, this is also not so good. So yeah, queen a5 was not working, bishop a5, b4, knight takes c3, I have to do that. Knight takes c3, c takes d4. Okay, knight b5, bishop c7. Actually, after the game I checked, and there are some games in database in this position, like 4 games, and all of them went like f4 and knight c6, which is actually not a good move. Because you want to attack this knight quickly so that you can jump with knight somewhere else or get out with bishop. Because in the game, like after 5 more moves in this position, the knight is really stupid there and I can't do anything. Yeah, he blocked it with bishop, and he has knight game with bishop b2 or bishop d2. Yeah, then he's slightly better. So instead of knight c6, I should have probably played a6 or bishop a7 with maybe next bishop b6, or maybe now knight c6 when he already taken this pawn. This should be good, for example, some bishop b2, bishop b6, or maybe first take. Then bring the bishop out, and it's a good position for black. So yeah, knight c6 was inaccuracy, but it was already played by many others. Bishop d3, okay, I have to do something. He was already in time trouble, as in every game. I had like 40 minutes. Bishop d2, okay, I was expecting bishop b2, but bishop d2 of course is not a bad move. a4, decent move. He wants to play b5 or a5, and in some cases queen h3, queen b6. I wanted to play knight e3, and now he played a really bad move. He played like king f2 because he was stopping this knight e3, but that was really not a threat. He could have played maybe a5 or rook f2 b1 with next b5. Because I mean the knight on e3 is really not doing that much. Maybe a5, b5. Actually b5 could be decent. But yeah, king f2 was weird because I mean he usually don't want that king to be here. He also loved some tactical shot with rook takes c2, but I guess it's not working because d4, bishop takes d3, d takes d3, he goes back, and after e2 he has king rook f2, and yeah, then he plays rook e1 and he will consolidate. I mean, I feel like I have some compensation with black, but for sure not more. So h5, also threatening some knight h6 sometimes. King e2, king f8, okay, g4. And now my first instinct was to play knight e3, but I was not so sure if this bishop takes, or maybe a5 first. But either way, I was not so sure of this position, but of course it's absolutely winning. Some other position. But then I thought that I have knight h6, and I'm being clever that after this I go just back, and I'm threatening to take on h5. Looks good, and after rook g1, the point is that after if I take, there is a pin on the h file, so... Oh, even here maybe I have king g7. Okay, but I wanted to play something else on king g7 anyway. G takes a5, knight a5, rook g5. What was my point here? I guess it was h takes d4. I guess h takes rook takes and king g7. Now the rook is hanging and I'm threatening knight f5. Yeah, I think this was it. But yeah, after knight h6 he had this clever move, maybe queen h4. Then after knight h takes g4 he now plays a5, and the knight is probably lost, I guess. Yeah, and after queen h4 he's threatening this. I mean, I was hoping that I have queen d8, and I'm sort of okay, but yeah, now maybe after even some kind of g5, I have knight f5. Yeah, it's still better, but I think knight e3 was... Yeah, after queen d8 maybe. Maybe we can take him some g5, b5, and put his bishop to b4. Okay, I feel like I'm still pushing, but it's for sure unclear. Now after f5 we just lost. E takes e5, g takes knight g4, and I'm pawn up and I'm winning another one on h5, so this was... Yeah, this was just game over. Rook h3, final touch. If he takes knight f2, fork, and I'm picking the rook. So yeah, this was some shaky start with shaky position, but then we got the win in the end. Okay, so the second round I played with Nitish Belurkar. He's having a great tournament, I feel like. He has 4 out of 8. He started really tough. Like, he played against the 4 high-rated opponents in the tournament. He scored 1 point out of them. That's sort of decent, but then he got rolling and he has 3 out of 4 the next. Okay, so I played e4, which I usually don't do, but I saw that he's playing only French, so I'm not really respecting French, so I played this. I played exactly the same line as my opponent yesterday, but I saw that he's playing bishop e7, which I think is even worse than bishop e4. So h4, this is the famous gambit. If he takes h takes g5, and I have strong compensation on the h file. So usually they do this, f4, a6, that's a quite important move. I guess if he starts with castle, there's actually some g4, and you go quickly by him with some g5, knight f3, and you're better. After this, I think you can even take, maybe, and then go g5, knight f3. So yeah, a6 is a good move, preparing c5. If he goes first c5, there is knight b5. So a6, knight f3, c5, queen d2, this normal moves, so a3, g4. Actually, on the same day, there was a game in FIDE Women Grand Swiss, which is played in Riga, and Valentina Gunina in the women's section played also this position, the exact same day, and she played bishop g2. But I think actually rook h3 is a bit better, because the rook is controlling the third rank, and sometimes I can swing, and also I think that bishop is good here on me. What is he doing on g2? Well, I think it's just a bit better. Knight b6, he threatened knight c4, so I played b3. He went back. Okay, so what can he do? So I play c3, knight a5, queen c2, and again go back. Which is quite funny. He's moving his knights around, but he really don't have a better move, I feel like. So queen c2. Yes, and then I went back because I wanted to play some b4 in some cases, but I can't now because he has this tactic with my queen is hanging. So I went back, and now I went b2, so that after knight c6 I finally can play, maybe not b4 because he takes and play knight b6, but I can maybe take with the knight e4, or, well, maybe even f5 I can do. So this time we went queen d8. I played queen b1. Maybe I should have played f5 right away. Not so sure. Okay, rook queen b1, c takes d4, queen c7, rook a2. He was threatening queen c2, so I stuffed it. Maybe I should have played f5 anyway. Queen c2. Maybe I can take and play king d1. I mean, strategically winning for me. His pieces are this bishop, and I have also space. So it should be very nice in game. But I wanted to keep the queens on and to give him mate with f5, f takes d6 and queen g6, but okay, play h5. He wanted to get some counterplay, maybe to lock the position with g6, but he was not in time because I played knight g5. Maybe actually stronger was rook g3, which I missed. Threatening rook takes g7, if he plays g6 I can take. So he would have to play king f8, which I think he don't really wants to, and now I can play probably knight g5. Yeah, that would be a bit better. Or maybe bishop h3, I don't know. I play knight g5 with the point of g6, there is knight takes g6. Similar as rook g3, there's rook g6. But he played rook h6 first. Now I have time for f5. And knight c6. Okay, this was critical moment. I took rook f3 with some ideas of bishop h3. I thought actually that he would sacrifice on e5 right away. But okay, for sure I'm better here. After rook f4 maybe, rook e3. I mean I have king in the middle, but the knight on e2 is protecting everything. So, I mean knight is the best defender of kings, so usually I'm not worried if I have this guy here. So he played knight d8, and I was thinking like 10 minutes, and I came up with knight h7, which is a really stupid move. I should have probably played. Well, I was thinking of bishop h3, but he has always knight f8. Then I was thinking of some rook c3, maybe exchanging this rook and somehow bring the queen in like this. That was probably the best. But then in the end I came up with knight h7. The point is that I guess that if he would be on the move, he would play knight f8 and somehow regroup. So I wanted to stop that. But after knight f7, well, I should have went back and go to the same plan. But I played bishop h3, and now he rightly sacrificed, takes. And now, yes, he played queen e5, but he could have played d4, and I'm not so sure if this position is good. I mean, this is hanging, bishop is finally opened. Well, I probably have to play rook f4, protect the pawn on h4, queen e5, maybe exchange rook c2. d3 is not winning yet because I have rook c8 check and then queen takes d3. But okay, maybe he can exchange. This knight is out of game. He has some queen e3 stuff. Well, not so sure about this position anymore. But okay, he took on e5, which is a mistake because now I have time to play knight g5. And he has 3 pawns for a piece, but as I said, I have knight on e2, which is a good defender, and now, yeah, my king is probably better than his. So I played rook c2, rook f6, rook g3, queen h4, queen c1 was a strong move, forcing the exchange, he protected. King d1 was another strong move because I'm threatening rook takes g7. He went for queen e4, that he has some queen h1 check or a queen d3 check, but yeah, calculating that it is not enough for him. Because if he wants to take the bishop, there is queen c7 and mate on e7 or c8. So he played check, king e1, bishop d7. Now I was again calculating some crazy lines with some queen c5. At least I think so. And I would be running somewhere, but okay, it was too risky, so I just played rook g3 so that he don't have any checks. He went for queen h7. If he goes to more natural queen e4, I think my plan was to play queen c5 now. When after this, king d2, queen b2, king d1, queen b1, knight c1. I'm protecting the f1 square, so we don't have this rook f1 check, and also I'm threatening rook g8, which is mate. Rook g8, bishop e8, queen d6. Well, he would have to go back to h7 now. But I have also some checks from the side. Okay, it's winning. Queen h7, queen c5, queen b1 now. He went for rook g6. There's a tactic, if I take there is queen b1. It's still winning, but queen f8 is better. Of course, he could have maybe started with queen b1. Knight c1, rook g6. I would give him check. If he goes to here, there is rook c3. So I guess if bishop e8, this, and no. Now there is bishop e6, I think. Yes. If it tanks, I have check on b8. If he goes bishop c8, I have rook g8, so he has to go here. I give him check, king f6, I give him another one, king e5, rook g5, and this should be made, right? So king d4 is probably better, but I have queen b4. Okay, it's just made somewhere. There's rook g4 and queen f4 made, so he has to go here. And that's probably the same. Maybe queen b4, he has to go here, and that's made. Rook g3, king f2, and queen f4 made. Well, yeah, so he played rook g6, now give him check. If he goes bishop e8 first, then I win after, I think it's the same exactly, bishop e6. Or there was some bishop f5 stuff in some cases, but yeah, I think I wanted to play this. Or maybe some queen knight f4 as well. Yes, this is winning as well. So okay, play king c7, rook c3, queen c5, threatening queen c7, he gave me a few checks. I ran with the king to e3, queen b6, threatening queen d8, also queen a6, and he resigned. So all in all, it was, I have much better position from the opening, but then I sort of bungled it with some stupid knight h7 move, and then he got one chance to play here d4, but he did not take advantage of it, and then it was just a piece up after piece up for 3 pawns, and yeah, that was just winning. So what was the next round? I had black against Pap Sarah. Actually, maybe 10 years ago, she was like 2400 player. She also played in the famous VKZ group, like in the B tournament. I think she was called Holt, Sarah, not Pap. Yeah, and from the game that I saw, I think that she has a really good opening preparation, so I try to, play something else than I usually do, and I decided to play Scandinavian because I thought that for sure she will not know what to do against it. Yes, and also I saw that in some blitz games which she played always bishop c4 and then some d3. So I wanted to play like this, knight f6, d3, and a6, which I think is quite a good move. Here and queen e5 check. Knight e2 and develop like this, b5, bishop e3, and e6. But okay, she played something else. Well, of course, without knight on f3, she played with bishop c4, as she usually does. Queen b6, knight g2, e6. This is the main line of the bishop c4 line, and now she should play bishop b3 and try to play maybe with long castle and queen d2 and long castle or queen d3. The pawn on b2 is not usually hanging because there is at least rook b1, rook b7. I think the main line is bishop e7 or knight c6, but I would have played a6 actually, which is a bit of a sideline. I have actually no idea what's the point. Maybe the point was something like if she goes like queen d3, I took rook b1, queen a3, rook b7. Now I have knight c6, something like this. And now the pawn is on a6, and it should be, well, better version for me because she doesn't have knight b5 as usually. She does. So, but she played knight e4, which looks a bit weird. No idea what was the point. She probably wanted to play some c3, which she also played in the game. I played bishop e7, guarding the knight on f6. Maybe I should have played knight c6. Just simply develop or some other move, bishop c6. Because I mean those double pawns, yeah, maybe it's probably even better than I played in the game. So now I have rook g8, knight e7, long castle. And it's okay, bishop e7, okay, c3. Now I play knight c6. I could have played some slowly, but yeah, I wanted to play a really long castle and somehow attack. But okay, knight c6 is objectively not that good because she could have played knight before. She played the move later and it was already not good because her knight was on a4 and he was not guarding this square. So maybe some castle. I think I wanted to play a5. Yeah, b4, a5, put my knight here and go for c8 to d6, but of course I'm fighting for equality. But she played knight f4, now I can play long castle, and she played b4. which was actually a blunder because her pieces are kind of misplaced now, and I just took advantage of it and took on d4. Yeah, now she played some clever move a4, which is interesting. If she would just take on d4, I would take back. I'm threatening bishop a4 and bishop h4. This one is hanging. And also, if she protect the pawn on e4, then the rook is hanging. So, I mean, yeah, she don't really have a move. Maybe she could play like rook c1. But yeah, now I have check. Bishop h4. If she moves with king, there is queen f2, so she has to play queen g3. Queen takes e4, king f2, the rook is hanging, so you can't play queen e2, king f2, and now I can play probably bishop c6 just. Yeah, this should be just winning. I'm threatening queen d2 in some cases. Maybe not bishop. Okay, it's winning as well. Maybe bishop f6 is better. Yeah, but she played a4, which is actually quite interesting because my knight is trapped kind of. Because if I go back and I have pawn up, but she has a5, right? But with that move a4, she did not solve her problem, so I just played a6, threatening knight c6, so that now after a5 I have queen a7. So now she again has to solve the problems. She can again take, but she didn't want to. She played queen c1, which is already game over. Okay, now again after knight c6 there is bishop e3, but there is just check on h4. She can't play g3 because there is knight f3. If she goes to f1, there is knight b3, attacking the queen, also threatening mate on f2. So she has to go to d1, which is of course not good when I have rook on d8. So I play just bishop c6, c takes, rook takes, knight e3. Okay, I think that she should have played knight e2. That's the move which I was worrying, because originally I thought that I'm winning after some. There was some line which I was think that I was winning, but I was. Oh yeah, it was like rook d2, queen d2, and rook d8, but I've forgotten that she had bishop d3. So after knight e2, that would be kind of a problem. Well, I can take on e4 or go back. For sure, I'm much better still, but it's not that clear because there's not. As I said in the previous game, then knight is the best defender of the king. So usually when you have it closer to the king, it's good for you. Knight e3. And now it's just game over. Bishop e4, rook a3. I probably should have taken first on g2. It's even better, but okay. There is everything bringing the rook. And just exchanging and have everything up. So king e2, okay, queen d4. This is not interesting any longer. And f4 and she resigned. So this was quite a clean game. The only chance that she had was here instead of knight f4 to play that b4. Yes, at knight f4, long castle, I think black is already better mobilized. He can play e5, and after b4 there was this tactic with knight d4, and it's really bad for white. Okay, so the next round, I played against Serbian experienced grandmaster Misha Pap, who is really playing badly in this tournament. But I mean, 2 years ago he was 2500 player, but somehow he lost a lot of ratings. He doesn't like to play against Indians. Okay, so I played d4, knight f6, classical stuff. And I've seen that he has some games in database at b6 or with some castle and c5, which I think white has some chances to obtaining some advantage with white. I think that the best line is just to play castle and put your pawn on d5. That's usually when people play this, I don't play like this with e3. But when they play this, b6, yeah. Now I can try to play for the advantage. Knight e2, that's classic c5. c5 has a point that he don't want to give me the bishop. Usually the main line is I think either bishop a6 or knight e4, where I would play I guess bishop d2, knight takes. Well, I have the center and some knight f4, bishop d3, small advantage for white. c5 has a point that after a3 he wants to put his bishop on a5. The bishop is really funnily placed on that square, I will always trap some rook b1, b4 to catch his bishop, but he usually has some moves to avoid that. Bishop d2, now you played queen e, bishop d2 is the main line, queen e7, that's a bit of a sideline, I think. Knight a6 is the main move. Yeah, knight a6 is the main move. Now we just play knight g3, bishop e7, and some bishop d3 probably. Something like this. Normally develop. He played queen e7, rook b1, and now he made a mistake. Well, I knew this position and I knew that there are two moves, either bishop e7 on castle. After bishop e7 again I would develop normally with knight g3 and bishop d3. But after castle I wanted to sacrifice an exchange. After this, boom boom boom, rook takes, knight e5. And now if he wants he can actually sacrifice a queen in many ways, for example knight e5. And he has rook and knight and pawn, the pass pawn and a file, and he's my queen, but I think it's much better for white because I just play knight c3 and then roll down with the pawn probably to h5 or h6, and he will have weak king. The best way to sacrifice the queen is probably to play queen c4, I guess, and so knight c3 and now to sacrifice on f1, but still it's better for white. The best move is some queen h3, I think. And now I would have taken it, play knight f4, threatening some queen g4, so king h8, bishop d3, and I'm exchanging a pawn up, pawn down, but I have strong attack and safe king. Computer thinks it's 0-0-0 as usual, but for human I don't think it's that pleasant to play for black. So we play knight c6, which I did not knew, but I knew that it was not in the first two best moves for black, so I figured out that d5 is the right move. Also I was calculating g3, just to put my bishop on g2, but it felt like that's not the right way, because yeah, that's only a small advantage, and I knew that knight c6 is not the right move, so I have to punish it, and d5 was probably the best. d5, c takes, knight e5, threatening mate in 1 on d3, but okay, I protect that, and also threatening knight f5. He took. Well, why did he took? If he would have played d6, I have b4, so that's why. Takes, bishop e5. He has to play king f8. If he goes bishop d7, I have knight f5. Yes, so he has to play king f8. And now I was thinking how to arrange my pieces, because his next move will be h5 for sure. So I don't really want to play castle into that. So I came up with interesting plan with f3, h5, h4, and now he played a6, which was not a good move. He should have played rook h6, but I would play that king f2, or maybe first bishop e2, rook g6, and king f2. Bishop e2 is important because if I wouldn't have this move, for example, king f2, rook g8, and some random move, I don't know, rook e1, now he has knight g4, and this one is hanging. But when I have the bishop on e2, it's not working because I take twice and don't have anything. So yeah, I was really happy when I found this, and after a6 was a really bad move because I wanted to go there anyways, and he also gave me the plan with b4, and now he no longer protects this pawn on b6, so he has to take with the b pawn. And now I put my rook somewhere to attack his pawn, maybe to b6 or b7. Okay, so e4, good move. Bishop c8, queen a4. There are many moves, but queen a4 looks natural to me. Rook h6, bishop d2, and bishop g5. Threatening knight takes h5, and he played rook g5, which again is a weird move. I was expecting queen a7. He probably did not play it because he did not see this idea. That after f4, knight g4, f5, he thought that his rook is trapped, but he has c4, strong move. That was the point of queen a7. Now he threatening queen f2. So yeah, this f4, f5 line I don't think is that good. So after queen a7, I would just play simply maybe castle and put my king on h2 or h1, and well, I'm exchange up and his rook is kind of weird. Now I'm threatening f4 maybe. So yeah, well, just castle. He took. Knight g8, he's threatening queen takes g5, and his point was that after rook h5 he has g6, and he will take this guy. But okay, I have f4, he attacked the queen, okay, knight g6, and knight h5. I'm already exchanging a pawn up, so he has to go he has to take at least one pawn, and now we are playing without queens, which is usually good for a side which has an exchange up. So check and 5, f6, threatening knight g7. He played knight e7, and now just simple tactics, knight f6, threatening knight takes g8. He took. If he would have taken with this guy, I took with g pawn and rook h8. Now either way, rook h8. If he would have go back, I would just take, and I would queen the g pawn. So bishop e5, rook b7 check, knight e7, so this bishop, and I'm well, actually the material is equal, or I'm pawn up. I'm actually pawn up, but quite a strong one, yeah. Rook e5 and rook h8, threatening g8, and it will be endgame with rook up, so he resigned. So this was probably the best game, my best game in the tournament, objectively. Okay, then next round was against Srihari. This guy is playing good. He has 6 draws and 2 wins. He already earned his IM norm, and he was playing some solid chess. So d4, yeah, I expected this actually before the game. And we playing some topical line of the Ragozin defense. This is all fury. All fury. And now I played this move g6, which is actually a novelty played by me 2 weeks ago on I played the Greek link, and I played in the first round, but it's not in the database because the first round was not broadcasting online because they did something wrong. So this game is not in database, so I did not see it. I won in that game. My opponent was thinking for 20 minutes and came up with e4. Yeah, the point of g6 is to play bishop f5. Actually, the best move maybe is to play just castle, bishop f5, and some queen e2 or queen b3, and it's interesting position. But usually humans play e4. Also, 3 days after that Greek link, there was a game in US Championship between Xiong Jeffrey and Caruana. He also played this g6, and after 20 minutes he played e4. And Caruana also fought for 20 minutes and came up with rook e8, which is actually inaccuracy a bit, because after rook e8 he played bishop d3, knight d4, this was his point, and he went for this endgame with f6. But yeah, this is a bit better for white. In the end, it ended in a draw, but queen e7 is stronger. Now if he plays e5, we have bishop f5 and knight e4, so that's not that good. So he has to take. That was also the game in the Greek league, but in that game I played rook d8, which is actually not that good because he played f5, gf5, but now he immediately took back. He should have played rook e1, because after this there is no tension in the position, and that queen is good blockader, and I play bishop d7, bishop c6, king h8, rook g8, and I have strong attack on the g file. But yeah, he should have played rook e1, and it's a bit better for white. So, but yeah, according to computer, bishop e6 is the best, so that's I already knew that. And now he played bishop e2, which I did not know. The main line is probably well, it's already equal. Maybe the best is to take here and play e5 or something, but okay, c6, rook d8, and I'm absolutely fine. So I guess if white wants to play for edge, he should play in this position castle. And after bishop f5, not queen b3, because there is some queen e7 stuff. It should be just okay, but queen e2 is actually the best. Threatening some rook d1, and also bishop g4, I guess, and knight e4. Something like this. I mean, it looks good for black, actually. Yeah, it's a good line. So he played bishop e2. Now I was deciding if I want to go with rook a to d8 or with f to d8. In the end, I went with rook f to d8, so that after some queen c7, I bring the other rook to the game. But maybe it was better to play like this, because in the game, if you would have played the same, f5, takes, bishop d5, this, queen takes b2, queen g3, king h8, bishop f3. This was the game, but this rook was here. Now this is probably no longer possible because I just took there was some rook d2 line. Well, it's better to have those rooks like this because now you play some rook g8 and rook d2. but in which move order you should do that? Maybe just simply rook g8, queen f2 and take. Maybe something like this, I don't know. But he has rook f2. Well, I think it was better to play with this rook. Although it's still equal. Rook f8, f5 as in the previous game. And now this was some forced stuff. Bishop f3. Exchanging, okay, rook c8. After rook g8 he has queen f2. So actually my king looks kind of kind of exposed, but yes, this queen is defending the whole diagonal a1 h8, so it's absolutely fine for me. Rook c8, rook b1, queen d4, I took, and bishop c4, rook a1, and a5. Yeah, and I was actually quite happy with my position that I will roll this pawn down the board. But of course, now my king is really weak, and he has some time to do something. So a3, a4, rook e4, queen a1 check, king h2, and I pushed. Now he played rook a7, which was I think inaccuracy. He should have played rook c7, which I was boring during the game. I have to play bishop b3, I think, because after bishop d5, he can just, I think, take and play rook e1, which is lost, yeah? Because now the bishop is hanging and the queen, and if I play queen d4, there is rook d1. Winning. So I would have to play bishop b3, but it felt kind of shaky during the game. But probably it's fine. Maybe it takes and play queen d6. Maybe I have 8 now. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have been worried after this move. Okay, anyway, he played rook a7, a2, and now he exchanged the queens. And now I made a blunder. This was actually my longest thing in the game, and I made a blunder. So I was deciding between rook d2 or king g7. Well, after rook d2, the most natural move is to play rook a5, and then I want to play king g7. But I thought that I will give him a chance to go wrong with f6. That after f6, this pawn is kind of big, and I could, with some rook g8, rook g6 or something, I can win it. And well, I thought that those are higher chances than after king g7. But I should have played king g7. I would probably won the game, because in the game I missed this idea. My king is trapped, but I thought that I would just win this pawn. But I absolutely did not imagine that this is just absolute draw. Yeah, I have no chances of obtaining advantage, because I mean, even if I put them, for example, like this, I just can't do anything. You'll just wait. And if I want to go for the pawn again, then you just take with bishop, and it's a draw, because it's a h pawn. So this is just absolute fortress. So, but I should have played king g7, not allowing this f6, and I think that I would win the game, because after rook a5, rook d2, if he managed somehow to exchange this pawn, also even if he would manage, for example, rook d5, it doesn't matter. This position is also complete fortress, because he just put his rook on a1 and his bishop on a8, and he's protecting everything, and my only chance to win is to somehow exchange the rook, but that's already a draw, which we see. So I should have played king g7, rook a5, and rook d2. Yeah, and now I will slowly win, I think. Just bring the king in, because, I mean, he can't stop me, because he can't put his rook on a6. Then maybe slowly win this pawn, and I think when I win this pawn, it's just winning. And I can roll with king, and so on and so on. So yeah, this was my chance with king g7. I could have 5 out of the 5 before my birthday, which was on 31st of October. That was a rest day. Yeah, so this was the first game against the rest day. After the rest day against Sheng Joshua. He has also no losses in this tournament, but he has no chances of GM Nord, because there's 7 out of 9, and he has 6 out of 9. He already won today's game because Sarah did not show up. So yeah, it was again d4, and he played Slav. I played with e3, which I usually don't do. I play knight c3, but against him I decided to play this e3, and he played a6, which I was absolutely not expecting, and not this line, b5. Well, I was only preparing against bishop f5. That's the main line, b5. And now the two moves are good, c5 or b3. I think c5 is the old move, which is maybe even better than b3, I don't know. Both moves are good. b3, bishop g4, and I played soft bishop e2 because I knew that a4 or a3 are the main lines, but I really did not check it before the game, so I was not so confident. I think that after a3, bishop f3, queen f3, there is some e5 line. And yeah, actually I should have played a4, that's kind of easy to play. After b4, there is either knight b1 or knight d2, maybe knight d2 is better. I think the main line is b takes e4, b takes and knight d7. Not e6, because there is some c5, I think. And now he has to play a5, yeah. Because after knight d7, there is a5, myself, and I play queen e4, which is really bad for him. I fix the structure, and those two guys are just bad. He should play some a5, I play a3, and I think I have slight edge, because of the space. But yeah, wait, after a4, I think this is the main line. It's a knight d7, some bishop d2 and bishop e2. But okay, I'm not so sure. Bishop e2, he played e6, castle, knight d7, h3, bishop h5, bishop e2, bishop d6, and yeah, I think he equalized. I don't really have much in this position. Maybe I should have played now knight d5, that was my only chance to do something, but I thought I play knight d2, if he exchanges I go then for some e4. Okay, I have to play something, so knight d2, he played correctly bishop g6, not exchanging it, and guarding the e4 square, so I played a4, which, yeah, I'm not so sure if this is the right move. Because I'm forcing b4, but my knight is kind of misplaced, and it took a lot of time to get it back to the game, but okay. The pawn is hanging on b4, because after castle I have c5 and knight takes b4, so he has to guard. Knight c1, castle, knight d3, and now he made a mistake. He played c5, which is just wrong, because he's opening my bishop. He should have played, but during the game I was considering queen e7, but yeah, that's rook c1. Knight e4 is actually the best move, probably. And then maybe to play it with some f5, or maybe just exchanging it, or bringing the other knight to f6. Yeah, after c5 I was happy. I played rook c1, maybe I should have taken first on c5, or on d5, but okay. This was good, c takes, knight c4, attacking the bishop. But usually he would like to go to b8 and then some queen c7, but yeah, I just take and play knight d5. Or after knight d5 there is f6. Or maybe I just play f4. Or knight d6. Oh yeah, knight d6 I play. Yes. There is a knight c5, but I just take with rook, play bishop e5. Well, there was also something better, but okay. There are many moves after this. Bishop e7 is better, so he guards this c5 pawn. I played bishop f3, maybe I should have just taken it, but maybe I should have took it. I guess I'm a bit better, but yeah, this bishop is stronger than his, but I have no idea what to do now. Maybe now bishop f3, queen e2. But after bishop f3, I'm giving him this square. Maybe knight e5. Maybe he also could have taken me the rook. I'm not so sure. Okay, I came up with bishop f3 anyway. cd, bishop d, bishop f6. And now this was kind of forced. And now he made another blunder, but this was hard to refute. Yeah, I was only calculating that he would, after bishop d5, knight e5, that he would like take here, knight e3, take, and take. Well, and I think I'm better because his knight is kind of misplaced here. My knight is better. I mean, I have c5 and e5 squares, and I mean he has also some e4 square, but he just can't attack those pawns, and I can attack his. And also I have some queen f3, and after queen f6 I have queen g4, guarding the d4 square and also attacking the knight, and also indirectly the rook. So this was what I was expecting, but he took on d3, and now, yeah, I found a nice move. The point is, if I just take back, I just take back, I think. Well, that was the. Wait. Oh no, I was expecting rook c1. This was the position. This was the plan, yes. Something like this. But he took on d3, and he thought that he will get a better version of that endgame after rook c1. Or maybe just bishop d4. Okay, it's just equal, yeah. But this was inaccuracy because of rook takes c8, queen c8, and knight takes d7. And it looks like a stupid move because he could just take the rook. Knight f6, g f6, and after some king f1. I mean, I have some compensation, but he's exchange up. But there is a strong move, queen f3, threatening queen g4 and bishop f6 mate. And if you just do queen e6, I have queen g3, king g8, king h8, and queen g5, and he's losing. So after queen f3, he has to play some rook d8 or e8 and then run with king. But at least in the worst case, I have just a draw, and maybe I have even more, yeah? Just taking f1 and then running with king, I can never lose. So he has to go to this endgame, which is really not that good. Now I came up with queen d2, which looks like a weird move, but I have to somehow bring the rook in, and the c file is the only way to do it. So I play queen d2, threatening rook c1. If he would like, I mean, if he wants to, he can exchange queens, but he can't. Yeah, there's rook c1. But even if he, even if he could, then this is probably just lost because I'm too quick with my king. But he came up with a nice move, rook d6. So after rook c1, he has rook c6, which I missed because I thought that I have just rook c6, queen c6, and e4. He can't take because there's queen d8, back rank issues. And yeah, this is just hanging. But he could play this move, queen c3, which I missed. Now after queen d5, he has again draw with queen f4. g3, there's queen f2, and otherwise we have to repeat moves. And yeah, queen c3, maybe I have some queen f4, threatening on b8 mate, and threatening to take this, but also this guy is hanging, so it's not that clear. So this is what I missed, so I have to go back. I repeat moves, okay. Once, because I was short on time here as well. And then I play queen d3. Sometimes threatening some queen b5. g6, and now I could have maybe played queen b5. I was not so sure about this position. Queen c2, rook d5, and rook f6. This is hanging, and this one as well. So that's probably not the right direction, so I just waited with rook d2, queen c7, g3, h5, threatening h4, and now I played a really bad move. I have no idea how could I play this. So either I can play king g2, that's the most natural move, queen d4, or some h4. Actually, instead of h5, I was expecting him to play some d4. This kind of typical sacrifice in this position, then to put his rook on d5, and now he has more space with his rook, and also he can maneuver with his queen. But of course, I'm the only one who's playing for the win. And after h5, I could either play h4, queen d4, or king g2, yes. But king g2 is probably the best. Then I played king h2 and just played h4, of course. That was his point. Well, and I thought that after gh4 that it will be just a pawn up, yeah, but that means that he has d4 move. So that after e takes d4, he has rook takes d4 check and winning my queen. So yeah, I played e4 and d4. And he offered a draw after queen c3, which, yeah, it's just a draw. I already win my king g2, king g3. And he cannot improve his position, because if he moves with rook, this one is hanging. And if he exchanges, then he's a pawn down. So this is just a draw. Yeah, so here I should have played some king g2 or queen d4, and I would be still pushing. I mean, objectively it's for sure a draw, but yeah, only I have chances. So this was the 6th round, I think. Yes. Then the 7th round, I played against 14-year-old girl, Gal Djokovic. She has already FIDE rating 2313 in FIDE ratings for November. But oh, I have to do yeah. And she's always playing only knight f3 and g3. That's what she does for her whole life. For her short life. So I prepared this line with knight c6, e4, bishop f5, bishop g2, e6, castle, and knight b4. Knight e3, and now I think that the best move is to go back, just knight c6. The only drawback is that when you're playing against low-rated opponents, you can just repeat, yeah, and that's what she did. And yeah, I didn't want to draw, so I have to play some other move, which, yeah, it's not that good. And after h6, she played really quickly knight e5, so she knew that h6 is a move. Now c6, c3, knight a6, and now actually e4 is probably the best move. Bishop e4, d4, and now either queen b3 or queen h5. Yeah, and this position is kind of bad. Queen b3, for example, queen c8, f4, e takes, rook takes, knight f6, bishop d2, next rook f1. Yes, I'm a pawn out, but this position, oh god, yeah. I would be really happy with white if someone played like this with black. But she played queen a4, and now I thought that I'm being very clever with queen b6, but this is actually a losing move. My original idea was to play knight f6, then after knight c6 I have queen d7, of course, that's winning. But I was worried after b4, because now I can't play knight c7 because there is b5. I would have to play some, for example, knight b8, b5, bishop e7. Now again, b takes c6 is not that good because I have this queen d7 and I'm alright. Yes, so I should have played like this and then castle and I'm absolutely fine. But I did not want to go back with my knight to b8, so I thought that I'm being clever to queen b6 so that after... Oh, this is a mistake in the game, she played first b4, okay. Yes, so that after b4 I have knight c7. Yeah, so now I stopped b5, but according to computer there are many ways to refute it. Even knight c4 is working, which... Yeah, knight c4 is a point that if I take, there's knight takes c6. But I wanted to play queen b5 actually. And after take, knight e3, bishop h7, I thought this is quite okay for me, but there's this tactical shot with knight takes d5, ed, bishop d5, and my position is falling apart. This is hanging, also with knight. So this one is really bad, and the best move according to the computer is e4. With the point that after bishop e4, knight c4, queen b5, now queen d1. And then after bishop takes g2, she has intermediate move a4 and my queen is trapped. And this is just lost. So yeah, queen b6 was really a bad move, but during the game I didn't feel that. She played knight c2, normal move, but now I'm absolutely fine after knight f6, b4, knight c7, knight d3, bishop h6, bishop h7. Yeah. I equalized. She really has nothing. And she was just jumping around with knights, which was... Yeah, I was quite happy in this position. So I could have taken g4 maybe, knight g4 and castle. Slightly better for black next a5. But I wanted to keep more pieces in the game, so I played knight e4, knight e3. h5, okay, I want to play h4 sometimes. I played knight b5, first thing to take on c3, and now she played really a bad move. I have no idea what was that. This is a threat, knight takes e3, so she could either take on e4, or she can even sacrifice it because that knight is kind of trapped here. But okay, I'm not so sure if this is working for white. But of course you can just take bishop e4 and... No, I don't know, a4, a5. It's just a normal position, yeah. Knight c5 or f3 first. We are playing, but after she played bishop e2 and then she gave me the exchange. So, yeah, and she did not overlook this, she just played it like a exchange sacrifice, but yeah. Of course, that's just not good. We were just playing moves, but yeah, it's already over. Yeah, and then she sacrificed another exchange. It was already time trouble for her, but yeah. It's queen f5, queen g4, queen c3, queen f5. If she would have played d5, there is f6, still threatening queen g6, and also this guy is hanging. Knight d5, f6. I took the pawn on h4. This is not hanging because there is queen h3 check. After queen d3, just queen g4, and she resigned. The h pawn will promote. So after the game, I thought this was a really nice play by me, but then I discovered that I was lost after 11 moves here. But yeah, those are really nice tactics with e4 and knight c4. I really underestimated this. Okay, so the next game was yesterday against Suharto Basak. He's already in an IM and he's kind of normal tournament. He lost 2 in a row, but before that, yeah, he had 4 out of 6. He lost 2 games in a row with black. When I was preparing, I saw that he has a really tight repertoire, and he usually plays only Nimzo Indian, and yeah, and after e4 he plays only Knight of defense. So yeah, after c4 I saw that he's playing bishop e6 and knight bishop e4, which is a sideline, and I don't think he should play this his main repertoire. So I play queen b3. Now he has 4 moves: either c5, a5, knight c6, or bishop a5. Bishop a5 is probably the best. c5 was played actually by Carlsen, I guess, Widler. But now I have knight b5 and I jump there with knight, queen g3, and so on and so forth. This should be much better for white. The other line is knight c6, which he already played. And in that game, his opponent played a3, which is not that good move, because he has knight e4 now. That is a nice trick. There's knight c2. But I wanted to just play simply e3, knight f6, a3, and yeah, I have pair of bishops. Now I'm threatening b4, so for example a5, b3. I put my bishop on b2, knight f3, bishop b2. And I have pair of bishops, and yeah, in long term I'm much better. So I played a5, now I also take this. Now I played d4, because, yeah, now I can also play some with b3, but it feels slow to me, because in the previous variation he had knight on c6, which is not that well placed. Now he usually wants to play c5 or d5 or even b6. So now d4 is better, I think. Castle is bishop g5, so he played b6. Now I can also play bishop g5, but queen g3. This was actually the end of my preparation, queen g3. That was all I knew. Now I was thinking, like, for 10 minutes, he played bishop a6. Yeah, which is probably a good move. I don't know. The point of queen g3 is that after castle I have bishop h6. Yeah, knight h5 is just better for me, queen g4, and if he goes back, then of course. I mean, I don't have mate, but I can just normally develop with some e3 or knight f3, and I'm much better. So he came up with bishop a6, and I should have taken it. I was not so sure of this position. Rook g6, queen h4. Yeah, so bishop c4, I have bishop g5, that looks good, but he has this, rook g4. If I want to win, I have to play queen h3. Yeah, rook d4 is shaky because I have bishop g5, of course, but he can take. And I thought that this position is not so clear, but yeah, I can just normally develop knight f3, bishop g5, h3, and it's much better for me because this rook is loose. Also, this bishop is kind of weird. I have some knight d5 tactics. So apparently this was the best way. But okay, after e4, it is it's by force going to this endgame, which I thought is much better for me because I have 2 bishops, but during the game I didn't find the best moves. So I play bishop g4, knight e4, bishop f4. I gave him like a tempo, but this knight is loose. It's like in the Russian defense, that knight on e4 usually goes back. So bishop g5, bishop f4, d6. Yeah, and he goes back, so it was a good plan with bishop g5. And now I was not so sure how to arrange my pieces, either to f3 or e2. Yeah, I did not know. Maybe rook c1, castle, one of those. So in the end I came up with knight e2, but I'm not so sure if it's the best. Knight e2, knight e7, rook c1. He's already threatening some d5, so I wanted to have c4 protected. King e7, castle. Now I want to play some rook e1, knight g3, and knight a5 trick. So he played c5, rook e1. Maybe rook d1 was also possible. Okay, rook e1, d5. And now I was calculating either b3 or knight g3. And in the end I went for b3, which is probably a mistake. I should have played knight g3. But I was not so sure of this line. C takes d4, knight f5, king d8, probably knight d6, king d7 back. Yeah, if I want, I have a draw again, knight f5, but I wanted more, but I did not see it. And also I don't see it now. But this was the other line which I was calculating. Maybe I can just take back on d4, rook c8, and now something clever. But what exactly, I don't know. I don't see it. Maybe bishop g5, but this one is already hanging. If maybe I can play b3. And after take, I take with the pawn. Yeah, I have two bishops, and if Henry's king is kind of exposed, but yeah, maybe this was mine. Knight c5, bishop f1, bit better for white. Oh, and I have bishop g5 also. Okay, so in b3 he played a4. This was the right move. Takes and rook c8. And now I was bishop g5. Okay, now I was thinking for a long time, because now he just plays king f8 after knight g3, and his rook is already on c8, so he don't have problems. He does not have problems with this rook on h8. It's harmonious after king f8. So after bishop g5, king f8. Yeah, played this bishop h6 check with the point of king 8 playing f4. And to attack his pawn structure with f5 next time. C takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop c4. And now, if I wanted it, I could have just taken it and it would withdraw, I think. After some f5, there are just too little pieces to play for win. So I played bishop c2. Yeah, now I think he made an inaccuracy with knight c5. He should have played, at least that's what I calculated, bishop a6. It looks kind of shaky because we are threatening f5, but he has just e5, yeah, and I just cannot take advantage of it because after some bishop f4 he just played e4, and this is a strong center and I cannot attack that. So after bishop a6 I have no idea what I would do. Yeah, but he did not find it. He played knight c5 and he missed that after f5, king d7. King d7 was probably another inaccurate move, but he missed this retreat knight move, knight f3. Yeah, now I'm threatening knight e5, and his position will collapse. So maybe he should have played knight g4, but the knight looks kind of shaky here. Maybe some bishop g5, threatening h3, threatening the knight, catching the knight. Yeah, his position is already kind of bad. So f5, king d7, knight f3, bishop b3, knight e5, f takes, rook f1, and this is just winning. I will mate him on dark squares. Rook f6, bishop f5, g4, bishop g6. Bishop g5 was quite an important move because, yeah, if I would have just given him some rook f1, he can run with king e7, king d6. So bishop g5 now he cannot run because I have rook takes g6. And also knight e4 is not a move because this one is hanging, so we came up with bishop d3, stopping rook f1, but now I can win by force rook f7, threatening rook e7, for example, or even rook takes c5, so he took. Rook is on check, he has to go to f8, knight d7, he has to go g8, knight f6. He went back to f8. If he would have gone to h8, I would just play bishop h6, threatening bishop g7 mate. And after rook g8, I can of course take, but there is mate with bishop g7 and rook e8. Nice mate. But he went back to f8. Now I can sacrifice this. Because I would like to move my rook somewhere and play bishop h6, but there is no room for that because he's covering every square. So I had to first take this knight. If he would just took back, doesn't matter, I just played rook d7 and he cannot stop this bishop h6 mate. So he took this, but yeah, now I'm just piece up. And this was just easily winning. So that was my 8th round, that was 7 out of 8. And then I played the last round, which we arranged a draw after 9 moves. Yeah, because he's playing the, I think, Austrian league. Alright, so we can check the games which we're playing now. We've seen it in here. It's like castle 97, h6, knight b3, queen c7. Those guys have really good openings, I think. Bishop d2, g5, Knight c1. What is that? I'll probably play knight e1 just to cover these squares and also prepare some knight e3 or even c4. Knight c1, I have no idea what's the point, but we'll see. Rook e1. Well, I think that already black is taking over the initiative, but okay, bishop e4 is also kind of shaky, because now after knight b3, which is probably the right move, he attacks the center, and after some b6 he can maybe even c4 play. Okay, what happened after c takes d4? He must just take. Okay, so this is some complicated strategic battle. We'll see how it goes. What are the other games? Pap's Reality, this was again that Caro-Kann. Wow, this is some funky stuff. Knight d4 and bishop d7, queen h5. Why bishop d7? You wanted to stop the bishop b5 check, okay. So bishop d7, queen h5. Now if he moves with knights, there's queen takes d5, which is a pawn down for him. So he thought that his queen b8. But now there is bishop f4, he has to play knight d3, bishop d3, queen f4, and castle. Wow. Okay, so the pawn was not hanging on d5 because there is some queen c1. Well, actually, maybe it was. I don't know. Queen c1, king e2, queen b7, c6 next. But he always has some bishop g4, that's true. And yeah, after king e3 there is some check, after king e2 there is on d1, and after f3 there is queen g2. So that's probably not good. But okay, it continues, maybe some f3, king e3. Okay, but I don't believe it. So he just played castle, simply. So what's the count? It's equal, yeah? Okay. He played e6 for some reason. Why not knight f6? What was wrong with this move? Probably he just goes back with to e2 and then some knight b5, knight c7. Oh, there's queen present. And b4. I don't know why he started with knight f6, but with e6, but it's probably the same. Knight f6, queen e2, yes. Bishop e7, knight e2. Okay, and who's better and why? I guess that white will be playing on the queen side with some a4 and knight b3. And black will try to play somewhere in the center, I guess, with some e5. But yeah, now his queen is kind of shaky, so he has to go back. Or, I mean, he can keep it there, but that's kind of risky. So now e5 is not good, I guess, because there is g3 at least, or even knight b5. Queen h6. Okay, there's a knight b5, knight f5. Also rook e1, okay, e5 is too soon. He should play just castle simply, or something like that. Okay. But this was fun position. Queen h5, bishop f4, knight e3. But really, he can't take on d5. Queen d5, queen c1, king e2 takes. Queen b7. Maybe it's better to start with rook d8. But then there is some bishop b5. Okay, let's go for bishop g4. So if we are running to some f4, that's probably too much. Okay, king e3, let's go king e3. He can't play queen c1 because there is knight e2 with bishop b5 mate. So he probably has to play some queen e1. We can do knight e2 or bishop e2. Yeah, knight e2, maybe king e4, okay. This is just mate, right? King g4 and some h5. But okay, we still have king h3. Wait. There is no mate. So he's running after king f4. This is maybe good for white. What? So bishop g4 is probably not the right move. You should play maybe rook d8 first. Rook d8, okay. Now after c6 we don't have threats then, so that's not good. Bishop b5 now we have. Yeah, he can't take, so there's queen b5 of course. We are threatening at least a draw. But okay, knight f6. Can we play for more with some knight d2? Or something? And now c6. That is too much, probably. But it's fun now. We're threatening c7. For example, after e5, maybe c7, right? Or we just think. Oh god, this is unclear. But maybe we should have played with this queen d5. Does he have another move than this one? Maybe long castle, but that's a short castle. I think he has to play queen c1, king e2, queen h1, queen b7. Bishop g4 is at king e3, and for some reason it's working. So I guess rook d8 is the only move. Also he has rook c8, but that's bishop e5. He has to play rook d8, that's the only move. And now, okay, bishop b5 looks good, because after c6, now we are not threatening anything. After bishop g4, he has a lot of time to do something. So I think that bishop b... Oh, knight b5 maybe. But then he can go some f6. Yeah. Or it's bishop g4 as well. So bishop e5 is the right move. Okay, now we are threatening to give a perpetual check after bishop d7, queen c8 at least, but also maybe some c6, I don't know. For example, if you play some e5. I really like that idea of knight d2 and c6, but probably it's just too much. Or is it? Because after c6, he again has this bishop g4 check. And this really looks bad. Yeah. But we can take on d7 and just... Yeah, I think this is just a draw. Or can he go to e7? That is too much, right? It's check, check, check. That's a draw. And so if... So who's playing for win? Maybe we should have played knight f6 to try to play something else. But after knight f6... Okay, now after bishop d7 we probably take with knight. Or maybe rook, I don't know. Oh, but it was definitely an interesting option. What is Compy saying here? But yeah, queen d5 was an option. Funny. But yeah, he's playing only for a draw in there, I guess. Okay, so this was the line, bishop e7. This is what they're playing. And the last game... Oh, they're playing quick. So this was that Sveshnikov line, knight c2, g3, bishop e6, bishop g2, a5, castle and e4. Okay. So, I mean, white has a nice outpost on d5, but that's probably all. Black is trying to play for side and some insides and some... I played this position with black many times, and I usually got somehow the queen on c5. Some bishop g5, queen a5, and queen c5. Yeah, but there are for sure many other plans. Rook c8, b3, he took, knight e4, knight b4. Oh yeah, sacrifice a pawn. That's interesting. Usually in this line, it is worth studying opposite color endings, bishop endings. It arrives quite a bit from this opening. That was written in the book from Jano Markos, Under the Surface. That like in 30% of the games in this line, the opposite color bishop's ending arise. Now what was this? Why bishop d5? Also there is some e4, but okay, I understand that he didn't want it to play like this. This looks kind of bad for black. But white take. I would try and play some bishop g5 and queen a5. It looks good. But okay, bishop d5 takes, knight e4. So this is a pawn sacrifice, and what does he want to do now? I don't get it. Some queen b6? Maybe queen b6, yeah. Or first take, but there is some rook a4, so queen b6, knight c6 he has to play, I guess. Knight c2 also. Well, he can play knight e2. There's again this e4 move, but yes. Okay, so maybe it's not. It was not that bad. Queen b6. Knight c2. Oh, there's 8 takes b3 probably. And if he takes, there's this b2 of rook b1. Okay, it's absolutely fine for black. Queen d4. It's just a draw. Okay, so maybe it was not that bad after all. Alright, so no more moves being played. I'll probably go for a short break, and I will ask where is Attila, because he should have do this commentary, not I. Okay, so see you in a bit.
Możesz to a ne nabíja to, hej?
Yes, it seems that it's not charging. Okay, so we're back. Attila will come in 10 minutes. Okay, so there are some new moves being played. We can go back to this game, this was fun. So, yeah. Let's go back to this queen d5. This was fun. In the game, he played here. He played just short castle, and after e6 some b4, okay, some normal stuff. But he could have taken on d5 and sacrificed a rook on h1. But he has queen b7. And I already calculated that after bishop g4 is probably not good, because after king e3, queen c1 there is knight e2, that's winning. So he has to play queen e1, but there is king f4. And for some weird reason, it's just working, because we hide our king on h3 and he don't have checks.
Yeah, it's
So
a really crazy line.
So it's winning, yeah, but so he has to play rook d8 first. Now, unfortunately, c6 is not working, because now he has time for other move, because we have no threats here. Bishop g4 is now winning, but we have bishop b5. Yeah, but now we're threatening bishop takes d7 at least, with draw, if he wants.
Yep.
But yeah, he can play knight f6. And now I was not so sure what to do. Because now maybe c6 still on move, I don't know. But now probably bishop g4 is working. There are no chances that we will survive this. Or here.
Maybe king d3, what is there?
Ah, there is queen f1.
Queen f1?
Yes, I think there is queen d1 mate.
Yeah, mate, okay. So it doesn't
And
work.
if you run this way, queen c1 is again knight d2, that should be good for white, I guess. So queen e1, yes, and this is bad. King f2, knight queen, there's queen f2. So maybe f3, but that's queen g3, right? So yeah, in this position he would probably have to take and somehow play for a draw. So yeah, this line was probably not working, so that's why he played castle. But this was a fun line. Castle, and now he's trying to play on the queen side, and black will play probably in the middle. Which position do you prefer? Which side? I would probably rather be black.
Me too, because black has two pairs of bishop and
he has the
central
center.
pawns.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like a white position really. And also, this time it's not correct because we
put it manually.
yeah, we don't have e-boards here, so I putting these moves manually, so there is no conk information.
Yes. So okay, we can check another game.
Yeah, we have interesting match on second board between Nitish and Gal, because there is a fight for a norm. If Joka draw, she get VGM norm, and if Nitish won, he gave IM norm. Yeah.
So this is an interesting battle. I have also this situation before 3 years ago, I think, with Stefan Mazur. We played in last round and we both have to win for GM now, and I won in the end. Yeah, so this was the Karokana. I already explained that. But usually, actually, I think that black is better now in the game because he played now some weird move knight c1, which I don't understand at all. I think that knight e1 is actually the right move to guard this diagonal and
maybe
to play f4
F4 yeah,
sometimes.
to open
And also maybe to put his knight on d3, but knight c1 I don't understand at all. As we can see, already got back to b3. But yeah, now she played c5, so maybe it has something to do. b6, I guess. Or maybe she wants to take on d4, I don't know. No, not so sure.
Yeah, I prefer b6.
Yeah, now this bishop is maybe loose, so she can play some c4, or he.
c4, but...
With some rook c1 next.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm not so sure who's better and why. We can do h4, h5, or maybe just castle. Looks normal, because this bishop is really annoying.
Yeah, castle looks good for black.
Yeah, some rook c1, I guess. This knight is really weird here. Or maybe I can now take the pawn on c5. Oh, this one.
Yeah,
oh, but there is bishop f3, right? Queen f3 and he takes this c4. That's not good for white. Yeah,
because the bishop will be hanging on d2.
So maybe a castle, simply. Rook c1.
And other information about Norm, Mr. Srihari
Srihari has
from
already
India
IM.
already reached IM Norm.
Yes, he has 5 out of 8, and that's enough for Norm. He can even lose today.
Yeah, but it was really lucky when we calculated. It was really tough that
Yes,
it's enough.
really
for
close. But he will probably get even more than 5 points, so it doesn't matter.
And in IM group, there is no Norm. It was necessary to reach 7 points from 9, and
Only one player has FM because he has 2300.
yeah,
rating.
player Ayrat from
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan reached 15 L points, which was necessary for him to get 2300 live rating. So we already sent application for FIDE Master title.
Yes. Galjuka. And this was an interesting opening battle, but yeah. And he sacrificed actually a pawn now on d4, and probably it's good. Because after queen b6, he can either go to c6 or to c2, I don't know. After knight c2, there is some tactical shot with e4.
C6 looks more logical in my view.
Yes, that's true. But he just take here, I guess.
Yeah, take.
And if you take on d4, there's b2, probably.
Yeah, but
Move.
maybe take
back, yes.
Take back, yeah.
Yes, probably this is idea. Some takes, probably exchange.
Yeah, exchange queens, sure.
But
and now maybe rook a7, and I think that white is maybe better.
Well, I'm not so sure. I can always do some knight d4. You will probably just stay like this.
Yeah, stay, but and this knight on c6 is quite annoying because when black maybe. Exchange it, there will be strong pawn on c6.
Yes, true. Maybe knight d4 is not the right move. Okay, rook d7 is probably a threat sometimes.
Yep.
So I can go back with knight if I want to. Then some rook a, but then you play. Yes, I guess black is
yeah, white position is preferable.
It's not such a big deal. This I already explained that this guy is not playing very well. He has always time trouble in every game, and he's losing left and right. And this Basak was having quite a good tournament, but he lost those last 2 games with black. But he still has a decent tournament. He gains even 6 elo points. Yeah. I showed him some of my games. Which do you think was the best? I like this one with Pop. That was the clearest, but yes, maybe there are some other games which are better, like more interesting.
I liked also game against Sarah Pap. That was Scandinavian.
The Scandinavian, yes. I already showed him that I was preparing only because I knew that she's playing this bishop c4 and d3 line, which felt good for me. Actually, there are some quite funny lines. Some queen e5, knight e2, b5, b3, bishop e7, castle and e6, and now she could play with d4 and d5. She wants to. And now the only move is probably to play c5 to threatening c4, trying to catch this bishop, and some position like this, yeah, some rook e1, and this would be fun to play. If I take the bishop, there's knight e4, so I probably don't want to take it right away. Maybe some bishop c5 or e7.
Yeah, it's very sharp line, and probably white has good activity for this piece.
Yes, but once I castle, I think this should be good for me. But I don't know. But you can always take on f7, but I think on f7 is quite good. Bishop e7. Actually, I think that white was saying that it is preferable for white, and you should play instead of d5 first a4. That's probably better. Then after c5, some exchange probably. And now maybe d5. Or there are some ideas with queen a1. I don't know. d5. Now again c4.
Yeah, maybe c4.
Okay, not this one. Bishop
e7.
No, but this one.
Yeah, it's not working. Yeah.
Right. But I can just take now.
Take on d5.
But then there is some knight b5 maybe. Queen b5, bishop a4, but we take this one, of course. I give a check.
Knight c7, yeah.
But okay, on piece up, this probably is not working. So king d8. Maybe c4.
c4, yeah. c4 looks good.
Okay.
It's really difficult.
Bishop c4, probably check,
rook
right?
d1, yeah.
I have to go knight d7. No, probably this one. Now your knight is hanging on e2. I don't think this is working really for white. Too many pieces around the king. And as I explained before in some other game, that the knight is the best defender of king. When you have knight closer to the king, then he's controlling all those squares around it. And I have two knights there now. This should be good. Yes, as I said in the game, this was a critical moment that she should have played b4 first, because once you play knight a4 and then b4, then this d4 pawn was weak, and I take advantage of that. But if she would have played b4 now, I would play a5, b5, knight a7, and somehow reroute this knight to d6, and I guess with acceptable position. But of course, I'm not playing for an edge there. I'm playing for equality with black. But then that was nice, and I really like that she found this move, that a4. That was fun. That I have knight on d4, but I just don't have squares for that, because if I go back, she got a5. So I played a6. That I'm threatening still the same. I also wanted to play some a5, I think, but there was some issues with that, but I don't remember which. Bishop e3 is not good because there's knight c2 always. Oh, I think that b5 I was scared of, because now the knight is really trapped. Of course I want to sacrifice it either way, but I wanted to have this square for bishop on c6 to
Yeah, now this bishop is quite passive.
Yeah, so that's why I played a6 rather.
Yeah, a6 looks
a6, and now I'm threatening knight
logical.
c6, because after a5 I have queen a7. Bishop e3 is still not working, and she found this move, but she missed that bishop h4, king f1, there is just knight b3 and mate with queen.
Yeah, it's
So that
a
was
nice
the game
idea.
over. I think that she should have just taken the knight, close her eyes and take it. Some rook c1. She can't play queen e2 because this one is hanging. Now I have also ideas with bishop a4 sometimes. That queen a4 is queen d2, but she has queen e2, so I would take here. No, I would play check first, bishop h4. So that I'm threatening mate after king f1. If she goes g3, I took this one, rook is hanging. So she has to go here. And now either bishop c6, which is probably not working yet. Maybe it is. I'm threatening rook d2 and queen f3. But she has rook e1 maybe. Or this rook d2, queen f3, queen h1. This should be probably winning, right? Just give him zillion of checks. This is just game over. Or is it? Okay, this is completely winning. And also I have, instead of bishop c6, always the ideas of bishop f6. And go from the other side with bishop. That's also good. Yeah, so probably it's just lost here. Now she got better chance. She should have played knight e2. She played knight e3 in the game, and that was just lost after rook d8 and bishop e4, but this one was better. My original idea was to play rook d2, but I missed that she could just retreat his bishop. So I should have...
and what about then
bishop
e4?
Yes, but it's not so... she has also rook a7. Probably she should play rook a3, yes. And of course I have nice compensation, but she's rook up.
Okay, but you have 3 pawns and activity, and you
Yes,
can take.
and that's true, but I think there's some better move than to took this d2.
Yeah,
Maybe
which
just
one?
e4.
Take on e4 with rook.
I mean, I can go also back, but that's not what I wanted. But maybe it's what you're saying is right, but kind of risky. Maybe just take, yeah. Should play bishop d3. Then I play rook g4. Yes, I'm not even material down. I have 3 pawns, and then I put my rook on d8, and I'm crushing.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, she lost a lot of time in the opening, so She
Yes,
went
yes.
into time trouble very soon.
Yes, a lot of my opponents went into time trouble.
In this position, around 20 move, she was in time trouble already, or
Yes, I mean it was lost position, so it doesn't matter. But yes, she was.
yeah. So it is really hard for White to deal with this position in not enough time.
Yes, even if she would have time, then it's really not good. And this, we can analyze this position which I was showing then, that after, in the opening, if you wouldn't play that knight c6, which is a blunder actually, because after d5 I have really nice position, that if you would have played that main line with castle, this line we can analyze. That was fun. I would exchange this, I would sacrifice this exchange, knight
95,
e5.
yeah.
Now if he wants, he can, as I said, he can give the queen back, but I think this is not good, because then h4, h5, h6, and then he has problems on dark squares here, so this is good. But this is the main line. Queen h3, takes knight f4, king h10, and bishop d3. We can analyze this one.
Yeah, and White has full compensation.
That's true. Okay, so you can attack and I will defend.
Its king looks really weak because there is no piece for defend.
Okay. I don't even know how to defend. But okay, queen h5 is probably not yet threat, because I have some queen a1. Okay, it is threat. Okay, let's play f5 probably.
5, and what to do now?
After queen h5, I think I have queen a1. That's probably not working yet. So maybe you can play castle if you want.
Hey,
I don't know if you
castle.
want. You want? Yeah, okay. Now probably some knight c6, knight e7. It looks like a good defensive idea.
Something like g4 is not good. Try to open
Okay,
this
but
bishop.
then to play without the castle, right? Now g4. What do you think with castle to play? I think it's better when you could put a rook on g1.
Yeah, I wanted to play something like castle, king h1, and then g4.
But he got some bishop e7. Then you would have to spend another no more moves with some f3. Well, either we can play without castle or to play castle, but then to play with pieces.
Or maybe something like h4 idea.
That's also true. But yeah,
For
knight e6, knight e7, or bishop e7. I would like to play something more direct. Maybe the g4 is good. And rook g1 next.
And when he takes on g4, you play rook g1.
Oh, I can take right away. And if he takes queen a1,
Queen a1.
can we sacrifice that? Let's see. Probably not.
I'm not sure, but we can check it. Yeah, king e2.
Knight h5, he got rook g8, but okay, he has some problems on those dark squares, right? Queen h4 or f4. Oof. How will he defend this? Rook g6, queen f7. That's probably game over, right?
Yeah, probably.
So, okay, so he can't play this queen a1. So maybe then f takes g4 is not the right move. Because if he has this is already good.
Yeah,
Maybe,
so g4 is a good move if this is working.
yes,
What about
maybe
f5 now?
Yes. We can either put our queen on f3 or g2. Oh, on g2. Now we're threatening this rook and also rook g1. That's probably winning. So he can't take on g4, so there's some other move. I remember that the computer was showing after bishop d3, I didn't check in further, that it is triple zeros, just equal, yeah, but this is really not equal. Okay, so g4, maybe some...
And for white it is very
Very easy
comfortable
yes.
position. You have easy plan to play, but it is really hard for black to find a solution.
That's absolutely correct. I don't even know how to play for some counterplay. Should I go back with queen, maybe? Okay, let's play knight c6. Probably
Maybe take on f5.
Now you have some ideas like queen h5, so I go back, for example. Queen h5, rook g1, right?
Maybe rook g1.
Okay. But rook g1, maybe I'm in time to exchange.
Yeah, but it's a good exchange for white, isn't it? Because it's a defender, this rook. You can take it and maybe queen g4 with
Okay,
check.
now I'm running.
And knight h5.
Okay.
Something like queen g7 is maybe threat now. f6.
F6. We can do e4, but I'm not so sure. Queen f7, then we go to e7.
Yeah, maybe e4 to open
Yeah.
this black
Queen
square with
f7.
the bishop. Queen
To go to
f7.
e7. I mean, we can give it.
Yeah, and what about d5?
d5. There is knight e5. Or bishop b4.
Yeah, oh yeah.
King e8, but we are running on d8. Well, maybe this is also fine, but I think that
It's more complicated.
maybe
Yeah.
queen h5 right away. We are threatening f6, and then we can play rook g1. Right? f6 is a threat. He can't play f6 because there is knight g6. Actually, what can he do?
Yeah, it looks more logical.
We don't have a move. Just game over.
Yeah, f6 is a really serious problem
And
for
after
black.
queen f6, there is f takes e6.
Yeah,
So-
g4 is very strong.
Yes.
And something like bishop b7 now.
Rook g1, I have to play.
Or maybe take on a5 immediately to sacrifice this rook.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, maybe this is working, no?
Okay.
And now
Queen
something,
h5.
or maybe f6.
First.
First.
Okay.
I don't know. Now queen h5 and
I have no idea how to stop that. Yeah, that's true. So bishop is some other move.
yeah, but it was a nice idea to sacrifice this rook on h1.
Yes, this is really a risky line for black. This queen e7 is actually a side line. You should play knight a6. That's the main line. I think the main line goes like knight a6. Some knight g3, bishop e7, bishop d3. Something.
It was not good to take on g2 for black.
Well, I don't know. Rook g1. Probably okay. No, not bishop d3. Maybe rook c1.
Maybe
rook c1
maybe
first.
it is good. I
Yes,
don't
yes,
know.
yes, yes. Maybe rook c1 first.
Rook c1
Castle
first?
after castle bishop.
After
d3.
castle bishop d3,
No,
and
no,
now when
no.
he takes
He
rook
has already
g1
king
and
here. That looks good.
yeah, there's weakness on
But
g7.
he got some d5 probably. I think the main line is like this: takes, takes, takes. Now he takes this because we are threatening b4 already. So takes, takes, queen d5, and now f3. I think that queen a2. It somehow goes for this pawn.
Okay, this pawn is important.
I like this position for white. That's what they
Yeah,
play
but
before.
for white it looks more comfortable. Two pairs of bishop and
Yes,
easy
usually-
plan for play.
I said that I usually play this e3 line when they play on this b6. I don't like only this when they're playing with d5, the main line. But when they are playing with c5 or b6, I like those positions. Because I'm not putting this knight on here, but on e2. And it feels better to me. Do it like this. Oh, our main commentator is here.
Oh, so welcome tournament director Attila Czebe.
Hello.
Ah, hello. We are looking at
So-
some my best games from this tournament. But we can.
Here are 8 bad games.
So we can watch. Thomas
Yeah,
will-
this is the.
this is the battle.
Yeah, this is
We
the
already
battle.
explained that they are playing both for this. She's playing for.
Yeah.
Actually, if she wins, she also have IM. No?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, so she's not only
But
playing
okay,
for.
but she is playing for the WGM now.
Yes. She
But
did-
okay, if accidentally, if she can win, she has a.
How many
I am-
maps does she have?
No, no,
This will be her first.
This will be the first.
Huh.
Yes. Last tournament in Mosonmagyaróvár was a tournament, and GM tournament, and she played last round against an Indian, and if she drew, she gained the norm, but she lost.
Mhm.
So it's the same situation. I hope twice she doesn't win. But okay, let's see.
It was not against this guy, some other, right?
No, other Indians.
Hmm?
So
It was a Karokan, and we did
so
not
do you
understand
know?
this
Do you
move.
know? Knight C1.
It was
happened.
really weird. We thought that knight e1 is the best, just to cover this diagonal to play f4 or knight e3.
This is kind of theory. Do you think?
Well, typical plan is not theory exactly, but the knight c1.
So Knight C1 was a novelty.
Well, I don't know, but it feels weird to go with knight c1.
Yeah.
Then he actually got back, but after it was only after c5, so it has some
C5
point.
was not necessary.
Yes, she could have played maybe some castle f6 or g4 h5. She has a lot of plans, of course.
Knight g6 also maybe. Yeah?
Knight g6 as well, yes. A
Now
lot of
it's
plans.
starting g4.
G4,
It has to play h3.
probably, yes.
Yeah, knight g6. Okay, it's not.
But that's what I would play actually, maybe some castle f6.
No, instead of knight g6 maybe, because h3 maybe is useful and knight g6 not
Okay,
very
that's
useful.
true. Yeah, some f6 or castle. But okay, c5 looks also quite good. Why not?
Yeah, not so.
But she's gaining some squares on b5, which he took advantage of.
And knight b3 coming back, and then maybe take on d4 happened in the game if I remember.
It happened. We are analyzing this b6, but okay. C takes d4. We probably took with this knight.
Yes. And maybe
Some castle threatening knight takes d5 looks normal.
I don't remember what happened in the game. I saw the game.
I guess castle, yeah. Just knight takes d5 is a threat.
What's the other option after take on d4 for white?
For white. Maybe take with this knight.
Not this.
But it's hanging. This
Yes.
pawn. c3. And that's. I
But,
think she has.
the game. No, the game is
He did
happened
not.
knight c6, knight c6 instead of take on d4.
Knight c6.
It's another option.
But there are many options, yes.
And I think take on c5
With what?
with pawn, and maybe g4 happened.
g4. Okay. I actually like the position of black, but
Yeah.
this will be. It will definitely not end in a draw.
Yes. How would we draw? Yeah.
Well, somehow it could.
Somehow, yes. And this, of course, the main plan for white to go to d6 with the knight, yeah, to jump c4, b5, d6. So
but if you play knight e4, there's bishop e5. That's the problem.
Yeah.
This is hanging. This is hanging. So what? Knight h4 probably.
Knight h4, and then
This one is at least hanging now.
h5 maybe.
Protected, yes. It's good for black. She can even sometimes play long castle, maybe. But that's probably too
Okay,
risky.
no canto is it's very optimistic.
She will keep his.
Maybe she can keep the king in the middle.
Yes. So now the threat is to take on e5. So what can you do? Some f3 that feels wrong.
Yeah, open the g5 it means.
But he has to play something. I really don't know. Maybe some.
c4 is not an option.
Okay, I take. Then you can take and some f. But no.
Something. Yeah.
Okay, I take.
Take on d5.
But now I take with bishop. I think not
Take
with
with
the
the
pawn.
bishop.
Because if I take with pawn, there is some f3 and f4. That's not allowed.
Yeah.
Take with bishop. Yes. Oh, actually, I'm not a pawn up. I thought that. Now it's white is a pawn up. So yeah, so it's equal.
Yeah, white has pawn up. The c4. Okay, but
no, it's. Maybe I should have even taken h2 first. But okay, that's maybe risky. Okay, bishop takes d5.
g3. You think it's good? And bishop f4 coming, yeah.
But I can think. But yeah, this looks too risky for black. I think just bishop d5.
Why is it risky? You can take on g3, it's good.
But okay, now there are some tricks. Bishop a5, threatening queen d5 maybe.
Or just bishop
c3.
c3 maybe, and then double attack.
Yes.
Yeah, bishop take on h2 is risky.
Maybe it works, but I would rather just take on d5.
Yeah, castle maybe is the last position, but okay, it's better to take on d5.
Okay, so we have moves. Tomasz put some move. Knight takes c5 was in the game.
Knight c5. Okay.
Knight takes d takes. Okay, g4.
Knight d4.
But now we can. But why? Bishop e5? What was the point? Bishop c3.
This is the point. And now?
Now the threat is knight takes c6, so she has to do something about it.
But if I castle, oh, this g4 is hanging. Okay, sorry. This is serious.
She can do f6 if she wants. No, she can't.
I should protect the g4 pawn, so I don't want to take on g4.
But knight takes c6. What can she do now? Too many threats.
Yes, something. But what? Take on h2 something, and then something.
But really, I don't see. Maybe bishop takes d4 and rook g8. She has
No,
to
I don't
play.
like take one.
But what to do? Knight takes c6 is a threat. I think she missed this idea with bishop c6.
Mm.
I think we has to do it.
And then rook g8.
Mm. What else? Maybe bishop 8. Oh, okay. Maybe bishop h2.
Yes. And
So
king
probably
f1.
king. Okay, to f1. Now rook g8. Of course, or bishop h2. Not this nonsense.
And in case of g3, you just sacrifice, yeah?
Maybe not yet, but
Not yet, not yet.
but maybe.
Why not? Why we sacrifice? We have to improve something. h4, h5 is too slow.
That looks too slow, yes. But I don't know what white
Why?
wants to
But
do.
why is slow? So
I
explain.
don't know. Maybe it is good.
h5 is
We have written h4 actually, right?
yes. If I can keep
So-
my bishop, it's good. Take
Okay,
on
so
e4
bishop.
and king g2, but it's okay for black.
And if you go to h1, rook g8 probably is as well.
Yes.
I want to play some rook e4 g3, but it's too much.
It's good for white. Well, black, I mean.
Maybe now we can.
But why not you take g3 twice?
Twice. Okay, I thought that we have some
Ah.
knight c6, but
But okay, no perpetual.
there is at least that, yes.
Yeah, black is
At least.
fighting for the draw.
White is fighting for that.
You think? White has to win,
And that's true.
so it's clear.
So bishop h2 is the only move, I guess.
Yes.
So probably here is better with g8. So now some good move. But I don't see a plan for white. Maybe some queen d2, bishop takes a5.
Queen d2, bishop f4.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So maybe g3, h5,
the
now queen d2.
majority on the queen side. How can g3, h5 and h4?
No, that's too slow. We can't.
This is a very nice bishop on e4. What do you think? It's control everything.
Everything, yes.
And what about take and then bishop move somewhere. And if I say okay, this is so strong bishop, and I play bishop d3
Bishop
this way,
d3.
so yes.
Maybe take and bishop d3. Bishop d3 probably first. Yes.
Yeah, I want to play sometimes knight b5. Yeah.
Of course, knight b5 is different. Right.
Not have it said, but okay.
Yes, this is a good move. So if you take and some long castle again. I don't know why I want.
Why you don't?
King d7.
Why don't you want any? Yes. White has compensation, of course. Pawn down, but
I don't know if you
but
want to take
I
that or
don't see the problem. The main what you always want to how you do with the king. So
Maybe you can take and not long castle. That's probably too much. Maybe here.
to go into d5.
Maybe to f5. Okay, on d7 looks nice. Maybe maybe just go back with
Go
bishop.
back with the bishop to save.
But what is
To
save?
save
f4?
f4 maybe.
Okay. b5, a5. g3. Bishop.
Getting.
Now this will be problem, yeah.
Yes, getting
b5
problem. Yeah.
So
Bishop d3 is so smart.
first we thought that black has no moves, then we thought that white has no moves, and
But
now we,
bishop d3
and now we think that black has no moves.
But okay,
We can do
I
also
can
queen
take on
f4.
d4. So I
First,
clear
yes,
this,
that's maybe better. Knight d4, bishop d4.
I take on d3.
Oh, f5 we can do now.
f5.
Is that too much?
B. It's interesting. I like this one. It's good. Simple. f5.
Yes.
Okay, check and f3. It's mate. Yeah, queen g2
No,
is
that's-
coming mate. Yes.
Yes, this bishop is a monster. Maybe he could
It's a monster,
just
yeah.
take it. Probably with
With the f.
f pawn to just have some f file open.
Yes. Okay, g3. Try to catch the bishop.
Ah, no, this is the idea. So he has to take that. She.
And rook e2 or something like this.
Okay, so check, rook long castle then.
It's compensation.
Also also e3 is threatening. Ah, this rook e3.
But okay, it's still compensation.
Ah, we had this
Rook
move.
f3. Yes,
Oh.
and again.
Oof, I would rather be black than white.
Yeah, right, black is winning here.
Probably, yes.
Yes, it's the d4 bishop is now is
So
out of.
this looks all like it's forced.
So rook g8.
Bishop
And
d3
bishop
also.
d3 is not so great. Maybe it's not so great.
But
because
what? It was the only move.
Yeah, this bishop is so annoying on a4. I can't sacrifice here.
Well, we tried that, I guess.
G3.
And we sacrificed
G3.
again, or e3 even.
Ah, e3 is coming.
G2. But we can also.
But maybe first I play g3.
Here?
And h5.
Yeah, that's what we play. Yes.
And now I sacrifice.
Ah, this in this way. H4, this E3. Yes, this is the best version.
Until now. Maybe e3 now and take on f2 and then h4.
That looks nice.
King g2.
That looks nice.
King g2.
We take, right?
Take.
So what is this version?
Yes.
Maybe not G3.
Queen f. Long castle. Yes.
Good for black, I think.
Yes.
But okay, now also black king might get some trouble. But we have also always queen b7.
With black seems okay, but okay in this bc square and some weakness on the
Yes. Okay, so bishop, so this one, yeah, rook and g7. Do we have to play h5? Looks good. What else?
Yeah.
Well, we can sacrifice on g3. I don't know what is that.
Another option.
Queen h3 is a threat, so what?
Queen e2, but it's not
It's
mate.
mate. Oh, it's not mate.
Not mate, but at least draw.
How? I run this.
Okay, if you go on e3, your king it's but okay, this is okay for black in any case. I'm sure this is winning for black. Okay, for example, rook g6, rook g5 or something like this.
There should be something, yes.
Rook g5 maybe.
And you sacrifice everything.
Yes, of course, if I can. King f2, queen f2. It's very nice. 5 points from the h to d5. Yeah, it's winning for black. The c4 is a monster.
Really, it's so simple. We can also take this and do this. Maybe there was some check on h3, but. Oh, yes. And we take with queen on e4.
Of course, I give check.
here.
H1.
And d2.
Take with the queen.
And knight c6.
Okay, maybe draw. Because queen f4 I have perpetual, yeah.
And draw is enough for black.
Draw is enough.
Okay.
So we can...
Tomasz, quick. You want more moves? Okay, let's move to another game. This one already finished in a draw.
So this...
Okay, before that...
Ansett has so...
Bad tournament.
Not so good shape.
Before that, white is pushing with Tomasz a bit, but okay, it's really not much.
Not too much.
But we have rook d7, so probably knight c5. Oh, okay, it's probably nothing. Okay, I agree. And that this game. This was actually fun. We were analyzing this line. He could have, after queen bishop 4, bishop queen 4, he could have taken this and to sacrifice a rook. Bishop g4 is actually losing. We thought that it's winning, but it's losing. Queen c1 is knight d2.
Yes.
Queen e1, we just go here and there's nothing because we just put our king on h3.
Nice. Nice.
But okay, after queen b7, we first go rook d8, of course. c6 is too slow, then we have no threat after bishop g4, so that's not working. But we have bishop b5.
Draw.
Well, that's what I thought, but probably he has knight f6 and he's playing for more.
Depth c6 now.
c6 now, bishop g4 is working because that bishop is protected by knight.
Ah.
So now this is not working.
Yes. And,
we actually thought that king d3 and running it like this, but there is queen f1 strong move. And
this getting mate, yeah.
yes.
So c6 is not working.
Well, he can just play some bishop b5, but bishop b5 knight f6 and something there maybe. Bishop takes d7, but he's playing only for a draw, I think, white.
Knight d2 and then try c6.
Okay, knight d2. The point is that yeah, some e5. You can play c7, but I will just play bishop e7.
There is nothing. Yeah, it's
Too much.
too much. Yeah, the queen was.
But it was funny line. Okay, but he play castle normally and they play like this. I think that black is better. He has center, he has two bishops. But okay, it's kind of complicated. Some knight d2 now. Oh, that's not working, there is some tactics, knight c3. Is it? Knight d2, knight c3 probably his point. I guess.
Yes, it's over, eh?
Mm.
So maybe white has to play queen c2 or something like this to escape the.
But then there are some
threats.
e5 already.
Yeah, black's
better.
Black's better.
It's pity that in the last round we have only.
So what was your best game in the tournament?
Well, I guess against objectively against Misha, but
Misha, yes.
for Misha. But maybe there were some other games as well. I already showed it, but
Yeah.
which was good. Actually, that yesterday's game was quite complicated. But the worst position I have against Joka actually in that 11 move in the whole tournament.
Really?
Well, yeah, queen b. I thought that I'm being clever because knight f6 is the best move according to computer, which I wanted to play. Knight c6 is queen d7, of course, but I feared b4, and I was not so sure what is this position. I mean, I knew that probably I'm okay because there is still the knight queen d7, but I did not want it to go back with knight b8. But it's actually okay for black. Castle.
So
This knight is misplaced. It's actually equal probably. But I thought that I'm being clever that after queen b6, if she played now b4, now I have knight c7 and I stop this idea completely.
But now it's something.
But according to the computer, there's even e4, even knight c4, and also b4 is good. Knight c4 is pointed if I take there is knight c6, of course, but I wanted to play queen b5 actually. And I thought this is good, but but there is 95.
95, oh my god.
This,
And it's, everything is hanging. Knight f7, bishop
but
b7.
even better is like e4, which okay, of course I wanted to take. Knight c4. I thought that I have queen b5, but now the queen d1, and the queen is trapped.
Oh my god. And
Okay,
if you take on c4 and the f1 and then...
even yes, but take here.
Yes.
I have actually a lot of pieces. That's true. 95. It's queen h5.
And this is it.
That's crazy.
It's rook n2. But rook is still playable for black, because I have rook.
That
piece, and
position?
pawn. Yes.
No, but it's not good.
Okay, it's not so good.
So this was, I think, actually this line is knight a3. I think that objectively the best move is knight c6 to go back, but when you want to win with black,
Yes.
you have to do something else. But actually after this knight c6, there is maybe no advantage. There are interesting moves like b3 or knight h4. Actually, this is a fun line. c4 you can play here. I don't know if you knew this, because you are playing sometimes this with white.
yeah.
quite
I
often.
remember this.
There is some fun stuff like this. Oh, knight c3 maybe. And according to computer is equal, yeah, but and objectively the best is the knight h3, knight c6, and now some fun stuff. Maybe knight h4 just. I knew that there is some b3 line, and there is h5 novelty strong move.
Hmm.
And actually h3, which looks normal, it's bad. That h4, g4 now I take, h3, and now I just calmly play some knight f6. Oh no, h2 first, king g2 you have to play,
Yes,
that
of
was
course.
and now this. And now I don't even want to take that pawn, I want to play some knight d4 and f5. And then I am piece down, but it's winning maybe then.
Yeah. Nice. This.
b3, but I think the best move is to play knight h4 just. And okay, some complicated play, some e4, bishop e4, f3, bishop g6. And now even e4, bishop a3, b3. This is hanging, so c3. But now we have a lot of competition with white. This is probably the best way to fight for advantage after knight c6. But yeah, I played h6, and actually you played this position as well. You played
Yeah.
knight e5, you played c6, and I think you played some f3, knight g7, f3. This was your game. You took and knight c4.
Against Sedlak, maybe.
I have no idea what
I don't
was.
remember.
And
Maybe.
you played some weird plan with rook f2 bishop f1.
Oh yeah.
Some f4 is better, but okay, it's a complicated position, of course.
But I was not satisfied. I remember this.
But the best move in this position is e4, strong move. Then after bishop e4, takes. Now either here or here. I don't know which one is better, but just to play queen b3, for example, here or here, because after queen c7 there is some bishop f4, so probably here is better. Well, and something like this, and this looks really awful for black. This is not
And
good.
the plan later, maybe g4 or what? If castle.
Maybe to bring that knight here. Okay, castle. Okay. Maybe rook f1. Maybe rook
g4
f1 is
a
better.
plan.
Maybe g4 first. Yes. Okay, rook f1.
Rook f1 and then g4.
Okay, I have to put my knight back at least.
I go g5. Seems pressure.
Okay, something like this, yeah?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So queen a4 was new for me. I made a mistake, queen b6, but then she did not. Actually, she was thinking like 20 minutes, but of course, I did not see this, all of this, anything of this. Only after the game when I checked it with the computer. Yes, and then it was. But I don't understand this position. 94, okay. Now I attack this pawn. Of course, bishop b2 is knight d2, right? So she should have to take on h4, on e4. But
Right, yeah, bishop b2 it's
but she played bishop b2.
it was
What was that?
yeah, it's winning for that.
I mean, she thought that she has some.
She saw something that is
Yeah, I don't know. But just exchange down. She thought that probably she has some compensation, but she really don't. Just exchange. Yes, after the game, I thought that this was easy game, but then when I checked it, I realized that it was maybe not so easy. Yes, and those
yeah,
other
but the
games.
other part you yes, it was maybe you played the 92 in the very
Yes,
just in the okay, 18 moves or 19 moves.
19
Yeah.
minutes. Okay,
So the
let's
game
see.
is over after 19.
Ah, we have new moves. So that happened. He
this
went
is
to
good.
h1.
Ah,
Okay, rook g8, and
great.
he sacrificed and played queen e2.
So they play like us. Yeah,
But queen
yeah,
e2 was
because
that?
British realize this is the only chance to sacrifice and then create something.
Okay, so queen e4 is obviously different.
Yeah, f5 would don't play because the e6. It's okay, maybe f5 an option, but
no, knight e6, queen
queen
e7.
e7.
We are hitting queen h4.
No, it's losing.
Right?
Because yeah, no, it's not losing. I'm just.
Ah, you can take and bishop c4. But okay, this is probably better for white. You don't even have to take this on queen b5, rook d1.
Oh, it's winning for white actually.
Yes. So f5 is not a good move.
Not so great.
So we can go back with bishop.
Bishop on e5 and
bishop e5 is not working because knight c6.
Oh.
But maybe it is working. Why not? This might be actually good for black.
But the g4 is hanging.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Oh, it's losing unfortunately.
So bishop f4 is queen e4. I would like to play castle again, but that's probably too much. Yes, there's bishop c6, queen a6. Then we have to go to d7 probably.
It's very tough unfortunately.
But okay,
and if you try something with rook g5, what's happening?
Ah, rook g5. That's nice. That's nice. So some g3, there's bishop g3.
Let's take on e4.
And queen g4 there is.
Yeah, this was my plan, but I don't see what's happening. Or maybe rook c5 sometimes. Maybe rook c5.
And if we go rook h5 and
take
this?
Or maybe bishop g1 is no need? It's no.
This is not working, yeah? This is probably not working. Okay, that's too much, so here?
I take on c5.
Simply.
Another sacrifice? Not easy. Let's go back.
But maybe we are surviving, I don't know. Queen f8.
Rook check.
King d7. But this one is always hanging, so
yeah, this is not so great.
Yeah. But I like this idea, but there's nothing else there.
It's not rook g5, I think. Something. But what? Maybe rook g5 seems good, but take on e4. How is it?
Okay, so what is it, long castle? Because I think that this is not such a big deal. we go with king on e8. Ah, there's bishop a5 again. Ah.
This is not so great.
That is okay. Okay.
But how I can save this bishop on h2? This is the
question.
Key question.
Well, g3 is not a threat maybe yet, and some rook c8.
Yes, but it's not really comfort. It's to play with this h2 bishop. I don't feel like
Yes.
always if I have to move with the queen or something like this, and then take on e4. Somebody threat. Somebody threat. Take.
Now maybe? Somewhere.
Long castle.
Okay. Bishop c6, knight c6, there is some rook d5 probably.
Yeah, I like this.
And rook h5 is also a threat now.
Yeah, rook g5 first and then long castle. This is the good plan, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, rook g5 is very useful. It's going on the fifth rank is very,
Threatening rook h5.
very lot of important square on the left. And
So what should white now do?
another good question.
So, okay, I take. Probably take back.
Yes.
But there is maybe some rook h5, I don't know.
Oh, okay, I take back.
Bishop a6, king here.
Yes.
Bishop f6, rook h5 probably. One take. Do we have something? You probably should just take back.
Yes.
But now this one is winning. Rook h4.
Yes.
But actually you have no threat again, so maybe this one is better.
It's not that.
No. I have everything on light squares.
Yes, but it was not over.
The deadline?
Yes.
Okay.
Bishop c7 and queen d5.
What's the material?
Equal.
No, pawn up.
Okay, but it's around equal. Yeah, we sacrifice the c5 pawn and still equal.
Okay, queen d5 is enough. This could be equal.
Yeah, white is better maybe, but
If I take on g4, okay, that's too risky. Well, I thought that black has already advantage here, so we are saying that not.
instead of long castle, but long castle could be.
Looks good. Or maybe we can just play king f8. Yeah?
King of 8.
I like that when we do castle, we also get the rook in the game, so that's what I like about it. But maybe the king is safer here. Because this line looks kind of forced. I don't know. Maybe there is something else for white.
I don't think.
Yeah, rook h. Yes. Something like that.
If you take on f7, I think we have.
There is no way this they will play like this.
Yes.
Queen f7 is. Queen
Okay, I can take on c5.
Queen e5. When we
e5
threaten this
and-
and rook h1.
Ah, this is winning. Okay, for right.
Yes.
Or at least.
It's winning maybe. Because we're threatening take the bishop.
Bishop d3.
But rook h1.
It's made too.
Okay. So no more moves. Still. So we're expecting that she will
She will
play
find
rook g5.
And in
That
case
looks
of-
tempting.
Yeah, it's very, very good because it's prevent g3 even. Yes. g3 I can take, and then this is a nice threat, and this is a very multifunctional move, this rook g5. I like this one.
So maybe even better is
And
that
now-
king f8. Let's try that.
King f8, but okay, it's another option, yeah. It's very scary. Even both, because in long castle I bring my rook to d5, and king f8, okay.
But we lose.
I
we lost
understand
that
your
rook.
point, yes. We lost. No, but this is better.
Yeah,
We
the
keep
same
we
probably.
keep our rooks here.
This is just bad for black, for white. What can do?
So and what's happening after? So simple rook g5.
Yes. Queen e4 seems like the only move. And he can also take first on c6, then queen e4, but why? Queen e4 first. Maybe bishop d2. We are threatening to take this pawn, so that's for queen e4. And now either move of it, king.
Yeah, king f8 is smart. It's very. I think it's not easy to find this move.
Maybe it's not even good, I don't know. So queen h7. Can we play rook h? No, we can't. There is some check. No, okay. Maybe we can, but okay,
Well-
what is rook h5? Because after check, it seems like we are losing, but we are winning.
Yes, you won the queen. But it was a bit dangerous. Okay, some threat now, yeah? With bishop something.
There is a 96. Dun. Okay, this is too risky for black. Check. It is at least a draw if white wants, or is it? There is some. Well, okay, now there is no threat actually. We can just do this. No, this one is again.
Yes. But okay, the pawn is protected. But bishop f6 maybe?
Here?
No, I don't know when, where. Somewhere.
Okay, this. Ah, I see the problem. This check. And if you run, there is rook. Yes. So this is not good. This rook h5. Well, of course.
Yeah, we knew it, but just wanted to show the.
Okay, but this is really annoying. 96 queen h8.
And if you bring your. This h6 pawn is hanging with check.
So this is the drawback of king f8.
If I take on d4.
Yes,
Check,
I can take
check.
here.
Yes, take and check.
Yes.
Rook g7.
But I.
Bishop e5.
Now I can win the rook.
But okay, I
That's
give.
Okay, there is something better for white. Wait.
It's-
94. Bishop. If he started, also bishop e5. If you go
Bishop
queen
e5.
h8. This rook.
Yeah, I can give the a. This rook I don't need the a8.
Well, okay, queen e8 is afraid now. But you can take this. And then rook h5.
Yes.
And are there any threats? It looks scary, but there's nothing from me.
But it's enough. I have just a pawn down or maybe equal material. So why need I?
It's equal.
Yes.
Right, it is.
So
Wow, funny lines. We need more moves. So, what's the bet after queen e4? King f8 or long castle?
who knows?
Maybe king e7.
Oh, come on. I like king f8. I like castle. It depends. If you want to sacrifice back to rook, everything is
No, king e7 is stupid. I agree.
the only problem in this position. We have many choices, and if you count, long lines, and then twice in one way, it's very hard. Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes you can miss some move, and you lose the game. If you
Castle looks like a more forcing option. That you have to tank, you have to give a check, you have to play bishop f6. I don't see.
yeah, otherwise there is nothing. There is black is winning, so this
Yes.
is very forced. And now what we count?
We wanted to play just rook h5
Rook
simply.
h5.
Maybe there is something better. We want to rook d5. But okay, rook h5.
Mm,
Takes. You have to take.
yes,
And we
bishop
wanted to play just
c7,
simply this.
and okay, it's more or less.
Queen
it's
e8
draw.
is not working. That's what we found out.
Yes,
Or maybe it is, but not take on f7. But that's.
Queen e5 is serious threat. What you
And
find?
once we exchange the queens, it's fine for black.
No, it's at least equal.
Yes.
We have pawn down, but we have more option on the king side.
True. Okay, so we are waiting for. We have moves. She played king e7.
Oh,
None of our moves.
we don't like this move. What is the point if we take on e4?
Knight e4. Okay, maybe it is good as well.
Yes.
Hmm?
It's not bad. You can find it interesting.
She knows how to play.
Yes. She's so strong, so.
Maybe some e5, rook d8? No. Because if we play rook d8 first, there's queen f6,
Queen
so that's
f6.
why. Maybe we can even force a draw with this.
Yeah, this is another question too.
But that's.
We can force the draw any case.
Can we king f8? Because after queen h8 we go back. Now we are threatening some stuff. But there's rook d7. Okay. I don't know this.
No, but we can rook d8 is not force the draw or
When?
in here.
And after queen f6?
Oh, we are lost.
Force mate.
Yes, it's great. Yes, I saw.
Maybe that e5. King f8 she played.
King f8.
So Tomasz is doing his job.
And the way to
It's a good move as well. Queen f6 now, threatening rook d7. And we have some bishop.
bishop g5.
Or rook g6 even. Rook
Yeah,
g6.
g6 is draw. No, bishop g6 seems draw.
It's draw.
Yeah. It's just perpetual checks.
Well, not so sure. There are some. Okay, I give check. I'm gonna go here, rook d7. The queen c5. And who is mating who? Probably white. There is nothing.
But after queen h4, queen h5, I can play rook c8 or I don't know what.
Oof.
Or bishop e7 is threat.
Yes.
Okay. Bishop.
Probably not rook g8. Maybe. Just
But
go.
okay, rook g6 was not
Rook
necessary.
g6, yeah, not rook g6. Bishop g5.
Bishop g5 is simple.
Yes, and you can either exchange queens, which is bad, or go back. So that's
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, king f8.
King f8.
Maybe queen e4 to play rook d7. Yes, queen e4. Well, I see some crazy line like rook d8. Takes, queen f4. Check, g3.
g3.
Takes, rook g5. But I'm not so sure if it's working. There is some checks from this side. It's made into.
It's made into it.
This is too much. She can still play e5. But that's g3 already. So rook d7 is the threat. Rook g5 looks too slow. Okay, rook d7 is not such a big threat.
Yes, but where you go with the bishop? Or g5 maybe?
That looks safe. But I think that she could have go right away bishop g7, g5. But then there are maybe some checks and rook takes b7. That's why she played king f8. Okay, bishop g5. I probably go. Bishop e5 is also a move. Oof. Rook d7. This is not good.
Yes.
So queen e4 is maybe a move.
Rook g5, queen rook d7. Queen e5. No. Oh, sorry. Check. Like rook g5, but it seems
And what's about rook d7?
check on h.
Yes.
My plan was bishop h2 and queen f4 instead, and force the queen exchange.
Mm-hmm. And what's that position? But you're not forcing. Queen c1 is just king b2 and there is nothing.
This is trouble. Yeah. This is
So queen e4 is maybe an issue now. Silent killer.
seems silent.
Maybe
But
g3 actually. I wanted to take an f1, but there is bishop.
nice idea, the kid. Maybe it's an interesting guy, the g3. But unfortunately, there is a. Okay.
Oof. I don't see a move.
That is a move, but how? I know that here black has something.
Okay, so let's calculate this e5. Rook
And
d7
if
and
you
queen
play
c5.
okay,
Huh? What?
f5.
No. Okay.
Yes, and queen f7, but you exchange the queen.
And rook d7.
Or you can play bishop c4. This is.
But actually, this is.
This is bishop c4. It's on one more.
Okay, bishop c4 is tough. So the d5, rook d7, queen c5. Are we surviving this? Because there is rook g7, we cut the connection from this. But there is maybe g3, just simple.
e5 is not so great.
But what else? Okay, let's go to other game. We'll see what he will do. Oh, but this looks good for white.
Yes.
How did he manage to do that?
But,
Misha is finding his form.
yes.
So what was that? Queen g3.
Somehow sacrifice that.
c4.
Yeah, you know what happened in the previous tournament?
No.
Misha played with Shrihari.
He won. He told me that he has 2-0 score
Yeah.
against him.
Yeah, because if Shrihari won, he has a GM norm. He had 6 points. Okay, he made the IM norms and against, but if he won, but he lost unfortunately.
So Misha is a tough nut for him.
Yes.
c4 is nice.
The position was okay for black. What happened suddenly?
Why is knight takes c3 not working? What's the idea? Probably just attack and then knight e5. So queen e1.
Somewhere. E1?
But not somewhere. Queen d2 is knight e4 back.
Queen c2, I mean.
Queen c2.
This is triple attack.
Okay, I agree. So maybe knight takes c3. If he's not timing that and he plays c4, it's fine. That's true. So maybe this whole plan was not good. And now c4. Yeah. Rook e8, rook e1, e5. I'm not so sure if this was a good move. But,
Yeah, but
well, he could have just wait, maybe some a5. Oh, that's b5, something.
yeah, b5.
And maybe now e5, because now this is hanging. This and queen. That was in the game, but those pawns were on b4 and a5. Now this one is hanging. But okay, I'm not so sure if it is very good. Okay. So he played e5 right away, queen h6. Why not queen h5? I don't know, okay, we'll see. Probably queen h6 is better, okay. and it's just sacrificed in exchange. Oh.
What do you think in this position?
Well, I would rather be white, I think. But
I'm not sure. So how is your plan? So how
B5,
how you?
C6.
Yes, okay, I see. But it seems not unstoppable. Maybe. How
maybe
create?
some A6, A4, Queen D7 or something. Okay, play B5. It looks good for white.
It's good,
I mean, this bishop is monster.
but okay. But it's not winning.
Not yet. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. Let's see what the computer says.
I seem like it's
It's
okay.
+3.
But not H5. It's previous position. This is losing.
He should have
Rook D5.
attacked quickly this. Okay,
Now it's losing.
it looks crash. But okay, he's playing quickly, H4, H3. Well, okay, this game is not that important. He already has his IM norm. This one is fun. Oh, we find it Queen E4.
Unfortunately.
And G3. But what after Rook D7? Either she's genius or she's just gonna lose.
Yes. Maybe she wants. What?
Oh, there's some Queen C5, Queen H5. Wait. Maybe she is genius.
She's genius.
But she is genius. We can take. Maybe. But yes, it's winning, I think. Is it?
What happening after Queen F5?
Queen C7. But I have King F8, and it's a draw. Yes. At least King F8. So Rook F7 probably not. Rook D7 he has to play, right? What else?
Yes.
There is no other move. So Queen H7 looks tempting, but now you give a check, you have to.
Yes. I think it seems okay for black.
You have to take, but I'm not so sure. You have to take. You have one is Queen H1.
This seems winning for black. Or not?
How?
The G5 and the king. So
White has no threats actually.
So this is completely winning for black. It's
Joker-
very smart G3.
Joker is genius.
Yes. Of course.
Wait, but this is hanging actually.
Yeah, of course this is hanging.
I missed that this is hanging, of course. So maybe she's
This
not
is
the
the
genius.
She's genius. Don't tell me she's not genius. Now what's happening? This is the problem.
She can take. No, she can't. So she has to
Check.
check.
And Rook G4 or what? What else?
Rook G4 looks nice.
To give the square this G8 square, but it's not so
Something.
great. Queen D6 and give mate. So it's not so great. Queen D6 is.
If we take,
Yes.
he can take with whatever he wants.
Yeah. It's bad.
Okay. Queen D6 is a threat.
Yeah, it's bad position. So after what happening? This happened in the game of D7, yes?
Do we have a choice? She probably has to take on C5.
And take on F4, so it's. Right. Seems bad. Poor Joker.
She has to take. She has to.
Yeah.
Queen F4. Queen H5 is also forced.
Joker! Joker! Come on, Joker.
And I beat her, yeah? This
Yes.
monster. What? Wow.
Come on, Joker.
Rook d8.
What happening after rook c7?
Rook d1. Oh, there's not.
And we take on h2.
Rook d1 is play bishop e1.
It seems still losing. Unfortunately. But it was genius. Take on
He has
c7.
to take here.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Okay, this is actually.
This is getting cool position.
G takes f2 is threat. You can't protect. Oh, queen
Yeah.
e2 maybe. No, that's G takes
Queen
f2.
e2 I can go on.
G takes f2 and bishop. Oh no, you can take queen, rook now.
F1. Yeah. We always blunder this. But okay, queen
Bishop
e2 I
c4.
can leave my rook on b1 or I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I can
This is actually fun. Then,
b1 maybe.
now it's threat. This and
Yes.
bishop g3. So in,
And
he has
maybe
to
I
play
can
f3
take on
sometimes.
b2 worst case, and I have compensation maybe.
Well, I
Not
would
so
rather
much.
not take
Rook
this,
rook
but
g5,
yeah,
rook g5.
yes, and rook e4.
g5. Right.
Woohoo!
Some serious
What is
stuff.
this? So this is forced. Hey, you have to take the queen.
Beautiful.
Rook d1, bishop e1 is forced. Bishop c7 you have to, because if you take that's rook f7 winning.
Yes, I have to take on the.
You have to. Now you can play first f3, but that's rook g5. So maybe f4, but that's rook g4.
Whew. So great.
Wow. Wow.
King g1.
King g1 is probably the right move, yes.
But I take a bishop g3.
Uh-huh.
Not easy.
G takes f2 is the threat.
F3.
Queen 2 looks nice, but you just go back with rook somewhere. And after f3 there's rook g5 always.
But the point now, that suddenly my king, black king is
It's absolutely
is
safe,
out
and now we
of
have
trouble,
easy moves.
and white king.
So queen
It's
e2, this.
don't be one.
I rather played f4, because after f3 rook g5 this looks really bad. Rook e5
Yeah,
next.
f4.
But you can put my bishop on e4 maybe.
But I can take
But how can you win this with white? You have absolutely tied.
Yes, but
This-
I can take on c5 or I bring my bishop to f2 or something like this. So it's
So is this winning for black, or
I don't know. I'm sure computers say white advantage, but now
maybe it's just a draw like this: queen f4 and purple to check. like
everybody happy. Instead of the dish.
Well, I'm gonna check. Well, it's really the best. This queen f4 is
Fantastic.
wow.
Joker fantastic.
And they played it correctly all the time. Okay, king e7 was not the best.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, king e7
Rook
was.
G, that
King
our
e7
line
was
was
the mistake.
our
Rook
line was
g5.
good.
Rook g5 was okay for me.
And
But
he
what was the line?
He should
What
have
we-
taken on c6. And this is really bad because knight c6.
Yeah, but it's still alive. So king e7 it was not so very bad. move.
Yes.
But our line we can.
Rook g5 was good, yes.
Yes.
Queen e4, but computer is showing like bishop e5 is the best.
Yeah, it's long castle, right? Look, king f8 some reason is losing.
We did not play this because of knight c6, I think. But there's just bishop c3 or what? Rook
Yeah,
h5.
bishop c6. We didn't-
But no, bishop c3 is not good. You just go back. There's something else.
Bishop c3 is winning this with them.
No, that's a low depth. That's
Yeah.
why. It will change again. Some
Yeah.
knight e4. I think this is better for white, of course.
Yeah, we didn't see this.
Something else instead of bishop c3 is there.
So
Okay,
rook
is it
b8.
better? I forgot this thread. Some rook h5, queen h2, and rook.
Yeah.
So this probably is the reason. Yes. But okay, castle
King
was also
e7
decent.
was a nice move instead of rook g5.
Wow, but then she found this king
King
f8
only
and
move, fantastic.
g3 only move and rook d8.
Maybe she used computer during the game
Yeah.
somehow.
We have to check her pockets. That's true.
Fantastic.
Maybe
Okay,
you should
king
go
e7.
to check her. Yeah, for real. What is this?
Fantastic.
And he's thinking because he sees that rook queen f4 is not good. Sorry, rook c7.
Rook c7. Queen F4 is not a
I thought
perfect.
it's, but she can if she wants, but she can play one for more
But
here.
she will play take on F4.
But why? Maybe if she wants iron norm.
No, I don't think. Step by step.
But okay,
WGM norm
but
is
okay,
good
he can't
enough.
play queen f4 because it will be throw shove. He
Yeah.
has to take here, but he will lose this position, I think. So what's rook d1? Wow, this is genius. f4 is the right move, but just take right. Or even rook g4 maybe. Yeah, it's going that way. Rook c1.
Fantastic.
Bishop c7. Okay.
Queen E2.
Queen 2 was bishop e1 is the last move, so bishop c7 will be played.
Yes, Queen E2. What computers say Queen E2?
But it's just rook b1. It's good. I saw that he was saying f4, but
Rook
rook
G4.
g4, right?
Yeah, this is very safe for white. For black, I
For
mean.
black. Yes. Wow.
So white fighting for draw.
Oh, for sure.
So.
So Joker is genius in the end.
Yes.
Okay. And what's happening in the other game? H4 still. Ah, so Tomasz, stop. He's only concentrated on that game.
Yes.
Look, rook e2 h4. What was rook d2? What is that?
I don't know. Let's take a short break and then we can continue in 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay. See you in a bit.
See you.
Okay, so we're back. During the short break, I took a look on the games and I saw that she did not play that bishop takes c7, she played rook g5, which is just losing move. Because now after bishop takes g3, which I think was her idea, there is just queen f3 and she will lose her rook. Because after rook f5, queen d1, rook f1 is not a mate because there is bishop. So yeah, so that means that Nitish scored his IM norm and Joka has nothing in the end. But okay, kudos to her, it was a really nice game. I really like this sequence. King f8, queen e4 g3, rook d7, rook d8. Those were the only moves. And now she should have played bishop c7. Which actually is probably the easiest of them all. Okay, rook d1 is the easiest, but this one is also easy. She just missed this idea of rook f7, but I think it's kind of obvious. That was unfortunate. But there are many flaws in that, right? She can even take, or he can take. Oh, this was her idea. Okay, I understand. So she missed that f takes g3 there. Also, maybe even better was to take... No, rook f7 is probably the best. Yes. So, and this is how it ended. g4 and she resigned. Okay, so Nitish scored his IM norm. Joka, she had a really decent tournament, but yeah, she's probably not satisfied with that. And we have the last one game, which is Pap and Strihari, and I saw some b5 move, which I really liked. Not so sure if it is good, but... Oh, I thought that the idea was to take on h4. So that after rook e4, now the bishop is not protected and can play queen f5. Queen d4 is bishop f6, but okay, probably there is bishop f3, I guess? Yes, this was his idea. And after every move, any move of queen, he just... Well, after queen g5, you take on d4 and take on h4, that's winning. And if you go somewhere else... Or where? You just take the h4 and then here. That's winning. So it's probably just winning for white. Rook e4, rook queen h5. Now g5 is probably a threat sometimes, but I guess just c6. Oh, bishop is hanging. Wait. So what happens if you take on d4? Another exchange sacrifice. Bishop takes, queen takes. This looks absolutely winning next c6. So what is he doing after rook d4? Maybe g5. But that's just bishop f3, forcing the... Either queen h6 is knight f5, fork, and queen h7 is just game over because we exchange queens at least. Or is it? You can take it to king. Okay, I think even if I play knight f5 it's winning, but there is probably something better. So what did they play in the game? Queen h5, rook d5. He taken. Okay, so we're going there maybe g5. You can also play knight f5, but that's risky because there is some queen h1. So I guess bishop f3 is his idea. He has to play queen h7. That is for sure. Now you can probably just simply play knight f5, yeah. King f8 and just king f1 or something. Oh, but this one is hanging still. Okay. Not such a big deal, I guess. Because the rook is hanging there. But okay, maybe there's something better even. So g5. Rook is hanging, knight is hanging. Knight f5 we don't want, because there we have king queen h1. So I guess bishop f3 is the best. Queen h7. And now... Maybe queen f5. Oh yes. No. Okay, so take. If he takes with the rook, that's not f5, that's winning. So he has to take with king. After bishop e4, he has to go to g8. Otherwise there is check on f5. Maybe that's enough. Just bishop e4, king g8. And just c6 or something. Maybe not f5. Oh, hi. So you scored your IM norm.
Yeah,
That's
actually
fine.
I already have 4 of them.
You have
and
4 of so you
this-
need rating.
Yeah, this will be my 5th one. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I need a bit of it.
Okay, so we can watch the whole game. It was really nice in the time trouble actually.
Yeah,
So okay, this is all Fury.
yeah, that's
And some not Fury but normal plans. I
Yes.
guess.
Oh, actually, she played Queen C7 first.
It was Queen c7 first.
Yeah, she played G5.
It was
G5. Yeah, I played A4, and she played Queen C7.
it was like this.
Yeah. So what I prepared in my room was A5,
Mm-hmm.
but I missed my theory and I just
Uh-huh.
played Bishop D2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So this is like a slightly better for white.
Yeah, it's slightly better, and like in the game, it's a complex position, but it's comfortable to play.
Mm-hmm. So okay, so play Bishop D2, G5.
Yeah.
And we did not understand this move. I feel like knight D1 is.
Yeah, knight e1 did make more sense actually, but I wanted to provoke her to play g4 at some point for me to play knight e1. But I wasn't gonna play rook e1, of course, because my knight wanted to get there. So the plan was b4 actually at some point.
Here.
Yeah, at some point, just trying to maybe not letting a castle longer.
Mm-hmm. But I think that she wanted to play short castle on
Short
f6
castle,
probably.
true. Yeah. Yeah, so I saw that she's trying to play f6. I've got rook e1.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
so
f6 I take and
mixed
play
all the
bishop
plans
d2.
together.
Yeah,
See, if I thought that maybe knight g6 or castle is also good.
yeah, I thought castle would be the optimal.
Yes, okay, but okay, c5 is not a blunder for sure.
Yeah,
I went back with your knight because now it has some purpose.
yeah,
at least.
true.
We thought that maybe b6 is move or c takes d4, but okay, knight c6 is also good.
Yeah, I was in b6. Can I just take
Where?
on c5?
Ah, on c5 you can take.
Yeah,
Okay, then never mind.
because there's that rook e4 bishop d7.
Yes,
always,
I see. Okay, so that's why knight c6.
Yeah,
Maybe c takes d4 was also an option.
Yeah, c takes d4 was interesting. There was this line I saw with yeah, I take on knight f into d4.
Mm-hmm. Bishop.
Yeah, the
takes.
bishop e5 line is interesting. I just take on a5 with my bishop.
Bishop, okay.
Here the
E5.
line is rook takes, knight takes, and queen takes. I take bishop into d7,
And
and
some
king
rookie.
d7, knight b3. And the thing is, I can take rook into e4 if queen takes knight c5.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, that's nice.
Yeah.
And it's in e5, knight f5.
It's still complex with some bishop h2 and all, right?
But you have exchange.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's
Okay, knight c6.
yeah. I took on c5. Yeah, I didn't understand the g4 move. I was thinking something more like castle.
Short.
Yeah, castle shot. The line I saw was bishop c3, bishop f3, queen f3, d4. And it's concerning because I can't take on c6, I think, because takes bishop b7, rook b8, c6, take on b2, rook b1, bishop into. Okay, maybe I have some c3 and
Oh yes, c3.
yeah, but oh, I was
This is
thinking
good
maybe
actually.
yeah, I was thinking maybe g3 and then do c3. Maybe
Ah,
not give that pawn too. Yeah. Yeah, but I was
Okay.
like, okay, this is quite comfortable for white,
Yes.
considering I messed up the opening with knight c1. Yeah.
Okay. But actually g4 was fun.
Yeah, I did enjoy the game from you.
Maybe king f1 now. We were not so sure which move is better.
Yeah, I was considering both moves. The thing with king f1 is that there was no real pressure on my king. It looked very safe. But with king h1, there were a few lines where I could,
g3 was.
yeah, g3
Take
and
on
also,
g3 also.
also attack the bishop constantly, so the queen can't move much.
Okay, king h1, good move. Rook g8 was forced probably.
Yeah.
We actually thought that bishop d3 maybe is good.
Is it? Yeah, I had to get rid of that bishop for sure. Yeah.
But there was some knight takes d4 and but that's maybe this because after bishop d4 we thought that f5 is good for black.
Oh yeah, this is yeah.
But maybe you can take on e4.
Um, if She takes and plays f5. Oh, I have g3.
But we wanted to, in the previous line, we wanted to take the bishop with f1 probably. So this is
Yeah.
actually an achievement for you.
That's true, yeah.
So maybe bishop d3 was a move, I don't know. Because this
Yeah.
rook e4, that was maybe too much. But okay, I understand.
Yeah, I went a bit wild here with my process.
Queen e2. And we were actually many moves considering. Actually, rook g5 we thought is probably the best.
Yeah, rook g5, even I felt rook g5, and after I take on e4, she castles long, yeah?
Either castles long or king f8, or even computer move which we don't see is bishop e5. With the point that if you takes,
Oh,
you know, there is, for example, knight e4, king f8, there is the
Yeah,
rook
rook
h5, queen h2, check, and take the rook.
yeah, true, yeah.
But
Yeah,
okay, we were considering only like king f8 felt risky because there is some queen h7.
True, yeah.
But we thought that castle takes,
Takes, yeah.
bishop a6, king b8, bishop f6,
Yeah, bishop f6.
rook h5, takes, queen c6, and it looks winning for white, but there is check,
Check, yeah.
and queen d5, and I think it's just draw.
Oh, draw, yeah.
Because in this line after queen e8, it also looks good for you, but there is queen
Queen
e5,
e5.
and this is again rook h5. Rook h1
Yeah.
is threat. So
Oh,
castle is
yeah,
also
this was
possible.
a crazy line, actually.
So rook g5 was probably the best.
Yeah, I didn't understand king e7 because my pieces were all lined up there, and
But then after king e7, you're actually probably winning if you take first.
yeah.
And now queen e4.
Oh,
No,
is
this
it?
is a threat, this is a threat. g3 is.
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
Because after queen e4, she was in time to exchange, right?
Yeah.
And she found some incredible moves now.
Oh, the rook d8
King
move,
f8. And g3 was the only move. We were considering everything, but g3.
Yeah, I saw g3, but I didn't see rook d8. I couldn't see rook d8. That
And but she blundered here. Yeah? If we took on c7, probably were even worse.
yeah, but I was considering king g1 here. How is I'm not?
Where?
I'm still calculating this position in
This?
my mind. Yeah.
But there is this.
Yeah, king takes,
And bishop g3.
and then I go king f3.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take the pawn on b7 next move. Yeah.
So maybe I take with rook.
Yeah, I
Queen
take on
b7 and bishop here.
Or maybe h5 h4, right? Is
h5,
it interesting? Yeah.
It feels too slow, maybe. Maybe I can take with bishop. Okay, no, with rook, queen b7. Okay, I can do h5, h4, that's true.
Yeah, because my only real plan is just to push the pawn. Yeah.
But I like bishop h4, we are fighting rook g3.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Or g4, maybe. Oh no, I'll just give a check and come back. Yeah.
Like here or where?
Yeah. Maybe queen b8,
Can I go here?
queen f4, or just bishop g5.
Okay, it could be. Okay, so let's try your move. That's rook g5.
Oh yeah, rook g5 looks.
c6. But now this has to be working for black. Bishop h4, I guess.
Yeah, now it's scary. Okay, what if I play bishop d3 instead? Just preventing
Here.
the threats.
Okay, again bishop h4.
Yeah. Queen.
You have that
b8.
g4 always.
Maybe I'll try queen b8 and
Queen b8, okay. Queen b7.
can I play c6? Or is the rook coming back?
So if I give a check, you sacrifice, or
Yeah, with rook e5, I'll try something like.
maybe I can do this, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, now it's
Okay, g4. Because after h5 you go c7.
c7. Yeah. I mean, is it? Will the two queens? I mean, I don't think the two queens are enough, right? Yeah.
Okay, c8 queen.
Yeah, rook to g3.
Oh, this is my rook h5.
Oh, rook f. Yep.
So yeah, we thought that she's absolutely genius, but then she played rook
Rook
g5.
g5, yeah.
If she would take,
Yeah,
I think that you are playing for a draw. What can you do here?
Yeah, what was my move here? Is this king g1, right? Or maybe something like f3 I'm forced to play.
Well, I actually thought that maybe you should take on f4 and force draw like
Oh
this.
my god. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do that for sure.
But maybe she can play on with
Play
this.
for win, yeah.
But that's
I can
risky.
take on h6, right? Yeah.
Yes, king. Well, it's risky. I would rather take
Take
that,
the
but
draw, yeah.
But she can do this. Why not?
I mean, yeah, it's not. I think I'm still fighting for a draw here. Yeah.
Yes, actually the best we can check. It was like some effort, but you are already playing for a draw, I think. Bishop
Yeah.
e1, some bishops f4, yeah, but
F4.
that looks.
Yeah, I did consider F4, but I
And
just
then rook
saw.
g4, right?
No, I saw Bishop F4.
And rook g4 is why not?
I didn't see the rook G4. I just play king. No, not
You know,
king.
always when you play this, I just go rook b1. But
Oh,
I think it's just
yeah, it's,
bad for you, right? She will slowly do anything what she wants, and you just can't move here.
yeah, this was just.
Yeah, but after rook g5, it was just.
Yeah, the rook F7. I don't even think rook F7 is the first move. Maybe I
Best,
I
probably.
just flexed my position a bit. Yeah.
And that's, after queen f4, it's shaky. The rook
Yeah,
f5.
rook F5.
But maybe still there is some win. But how?
Is there
Queen c7.
king G6?
King g6, queen g3 check.
Oh, so I have to go king F8.
Or king f6.
Oh, yeah, king F6.
And it's probably winning for black.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm scared it looks better.
Yes. So rook f7.
Yeah. Yeah, rook
Was
F7
there-
was just too cute for me, so I just went with
Also maybe rook c8 is winning.
rook.
Okay, let's check how many moves are winning. Maybe only one. Oh, everything. Yeah, rook g5 was really a bad move.
I was wondering if I had something instead of rook d7. Like, of course, rook d7 was an error now that I see rook d8.
But what else? You have to play rook d7.
I mean, it's hard to convince myself with pieces like this. I had to, kind of struggle with the move here.
What? f3? Or? Mm.
No, now the plan of rook d8 is even more concrete, right? If I play f3.
Mm-hmm. You have to play rook d7.
Yeah, yeah. On the board, I convinced myself that the line with king g1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's probably the most human, yes.
yeah. Takes bishop g3.
And do we have to think? Is there something better?
No, you can actually
Rook
wait
G-
one move here. That's the best part
Maybe
of
rook
it.
g5.
Rook g5, because I don't have much to do. So
And rook e5 is different.
yeah,
Maybe f4 now we have, but it's rook f5 or g4. Okay, now we have f4.
f4, take on f4.
But now then, rook f5.
No, not rook. You don't even have to play rook f5. You can just go rook.
Rook e1, rook f5, that's what I mean.
Oh, and yeah, true.
But maybe not rook f5.
No, rook f5. I go queen b8. Oh no, there's nothing. King
That's
b7.
maybe not rook f5, but first, what? Well, rook f5 is, I guess, draw. Like
Yeah.
this, queen b8.
Check, yeah.
Maybe you can play for more.
Oh, can we go to f6 after that?
But yes, that's you play for more. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I wouldn't like to be white in this position.
Yeah, I was concerned about this bishop c7, but when she played rook g5, I knew there was
Something.
something
Yes.
flawed here.
Yes, we first. So okay, I can show you what engine is saying. We were not checking that.
Yeah.
It's like you are a bit better. Knight c1 was inaccuracy, of course.
Yeah.
And then it was complicated. And
Oh yeah, is it king h1?
rook
king
e4 is the
f1?
best. Actually. King h1 is best. Yes.
Oh,
But
is
you
it?
should have played rook e4, d4, and g3. Oof.
G3, yeah. It's
What do you take, right? What's the point? Queen g1?
queen
Queen g1.
Okay, I would need more time to spot this one on
Queen
the
g1
board.
is nice. Because you can take and that's probably just a draw, right?
Yeah, check.
But queen
Queen
g1,
g1.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
I think
still
I
not so
would-
sure about this position.
no, but I would prefer this as white because those two bishops
But
are.
what should after queen c7?
I'll just play queen
h2, right?
yeah.
No, this is
No,
g3.
g3. Yeah.
When you exchange queens, it's nice, but when you do like this.
When she don't. I
Rook-
think the evaluation also dropped.
No, well, that's low depth. It was like 21 there, and then it's nothing. Then
Yeah.
we see that queen c7, but we don't know what this means. We can try to find.
Yep. That will be interesting.
Well, you can do that queen h2 and queen h6.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We are analyzing, so we could do anything now. Yeah.
But there will be
Long
some
castle,
long
yeah.
castle. Knight c6 to protect that. Well, it's not that clear as computer is
Yeah.
showing. I understand if she exchange, it's nice. I think for white.
Yeah, if she exchange, I think I can, I can sweep the pawn on b7 easily, and then with those pawns I can easily go ahead.
So is there some crazy move? I think you have to play queen h2. If black would be on the move, he would play just castle, I guess.
Yeah. I think if we give time, is something like rook a3 would work?
No.
Just
I had some knight
pawn.
c6, bishop
Yeah.
a6. Okay, you can play rook g5.
Also, okay, now the queen h2, queen h5 is
Yes, now
h6,
that's
yeah.
now it's stronger. But this one is hanging. So that's not stronger.
Yeah.
It feels to me like you have.
No, but there's
Ooh.
I have b4, right?
After
Don't
rook
I?
c5? Or
So in that line after rook a3, rook g5, queen h2, you take.
this.
Yeah, b4. Or you just play rook h5 check, yeah.
Oh, yes. And if I take?
I take bishop into.
Yes, and the rook h. I have this one?
No, I have pawn e8, yeah. That's still too many pawns there.
Wait, what?
I take with
Ah,
the
knight, of
yeah.
course. Uh-huh. Then your trap, your knight will be trapped on a8, but okay,
Yeah,
it's rook.
I have a5, yeah.
Okay, maybe something like this.
Yeah, but g3 was beyond me on that position.
And now that rook g5 was strong.
Yeah, rook g5.
And that bishop e5, but we thought that castle is the most.
Yeah, long castle looked very logical to me.
This felt like it's absolutely forced, but maybe there's something better for white. I don't know.
Yeah. No, even I saw bishop a6
And bishop f6.
bishop
or...
f6, yeah. I didn't see a further because okay, I saw rook h5, bishop d8, queen d8.
Well, I thought that originally that this is winning for white, but
Yeah.
then I was analyzing with Attila Czebe and found this move, and it's
Yeah.
probably good.
I convinced myself after queen c6 I have something to fight for, so I thought it was better.
Maybe you are. I don't know, but how?
Yeah. Okay, I have to trade queens, I guess. I don't have a choice.
You can do bishop e2, maybe.
You just take on c5.
Ah, this one is hanging.
Yeah.
Probably just equal.
Yeah, I think the best I could get here is a draw.
Also black. Okay, that's probably all. We can check the last game remaining. I want to end this stream.
Yeah.
This was a nice game. Oh, so he took on d4. I thought the g5 is a move. Knight f5 is king f5 and there is mate on h1. So I thought that bishop f3 is good move.
Yeah.
Queen h6 is knight f5, but queen h7.
Yeah.
And I thought that we exchange queens and it's winning, but now he takes the king.
Yeah.
After bishop before he has
King
king g8. I think there has to be something. Also, this is probably just winning. I mean, it has to be, right? Those two
It
pawns.
has to be, but those 2 pawns, yeah.
But so that's why he probably just took, but this is just winning.
Oh yeah, those pawns are something.
This is just. So this will be his first loss in the tournament.
Yeah.
Not a good way to.
Even in the previous tournament last game, he played the same guy.
The same guy in the last round,
Yeah.
yes. He has 6 out of 8, and he was playing for GM now.
Yeah.
So you've been also there, or no?
The previous one?
Yes.
Yeah, I played the previous one. I had a fairly okay turn performance, but even I started bad on this one.
Well, you have tough opponents from the first 4 rounds, the best, right?
Yeah.
According to rating. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I started with the top 2 and both black, so it doesn't help much.
Actually, that our game, you could have played the d4 in one moment. I was
D4,
scared during
yeah.
the game, yeah, because I have to play rook f4. You take on e5. I have to play only rook c2, and I'm fighting for a draw. Yes.
Yeah, that was an interesting game. I actually thought of d4, but in the spur of the moment, I thought queen e5, knight g5, and I take, and it's quite comfortable for me.
Actually, on the same day, there was a game of Valentina Gunina in the FIDE Women's Grand Swiss.
Yeah.
The same game, this position, and she played bishop g2. Absolutely the same.
Oh.
Well, rook h3 is stronger according to computers. Huh?
Yeah.
Actually, I was not so sure, but I knew those ideas that the rook h3 because I was checking before the game because you only played this line.
Yeah.
But then in the next round you play bishop e4 line, so that was lucky. That But you were probably not preparing against e4 because I usually play only d4.
Yeah, when I saw your games, I didn't find much against French, so I thought you wouldn't. Yeah, I don't want to say this, but I thought you wouldn't prefer playing French. Yeah,
Well, I like French for white.
yeah,
And this was the critical moment. Knight h7 was really stupid because you wanted to play
Knight
another
f8.
fade, yeah, so I tried to stop that. But
Yeah,
that
when it
was,
happened on the board, it looked really cool. I have to say that.
but when yes, after d4 of
D4, yeah,
well, I have to play rook f4 because this is also hanging.
yeah, rook
And I
f4
think that I
d4.
have to play rook c2.
Yeah, yeah, I was thinking of something. Yeah, rook c2, and was I thinking of takes?
Well, there are probably many moves. I guess takes, yes. I mean, it's not bad probably,
Yeah.
but that knight is really.
Yeah, it's not in the
I'm not
game.
even threatening knight g5 because this bishop is hanging, so I have
Yeah.
to do something else. But okay, now I'm threatening
Can
to
I do
take.
queen e3? h3 and
If
on.
h3 is. Hmm. So what's my move? Queen c7. Yes, queen c7.
Queen c- Okay, what if I don't allow you? What if I don't take on c2 and play queen e3?
Okay, then I cannot take, and your bishop is
Bishop
maybe.
takes. Because I have two threats, right? h3 and the d3 one.
And now after queen c2, you put a bishop on d7
d7,
probably.
yeah.
Queen c7. Yes, queen c7 there is also.
No, but I play d3 now. There's a mate.
When?
Once you play queen c7 now.
But I have queen b8. That's mate for me. Queen f8.
Oh god.
This. Ah.
Oh yeah, I could take that, right?
Ah. Rook f7, king f7.
I
I was explaining that knight is the best defender of king, that he's protecting many squares. That's
True, yeah.
especially true. And the queen is on e3. So what is this?
Yeah, I just take and go f8.
Probably just some kind of draw, right?
Draw, yeah. No, I would love that.
Well, I also in that position. Yeah, and after this, I actually was really happy when I found those rook c2, queen c1, queen d1. It was
Yeah.
really precise moves.
Yeah, even with the king d1, I was a bit. I didn't say king d1. Okay, I had lesser time that time too, but king d1 just didn't occur to me.
Yes, but then it
Yeah,
was
this
just
was
winning.
right. Yeah. You converted it quite well too.
Well, I was happy with the opening. I was then happy with the conversion, but I was not happy in this moment.
Yeah, the
about
small
this.
chance you gave me.
It was not a small chance.
Yeah. Okay, maybe bishop h3 I would be.
But that's what I wanted to play originally, but there is that knight f8 which I wanted to start.
Knight f8, yeah, and I have threats on h4.
Actually, computer was, I think, showing rook c3 and something like queen b6
Yeah,
takes
yeah.
and then bring the queen to the game.
Yeah.
I was not considering this at all.
Yeah, okay, once your pieces are there, it's tough to come this side.
The queen looks good, man.
Yeah.
What was your best game actually on this tournament? What do you
Well,
think?
it's tough to pick one, but I think my win against Ansat was pretty good. I think it was a decent win from black.
Ansant is
I mean,
playing really badly in this.
Yeah, he just messed up with the bishop a1. I just got a good.
So this was after hours. Then you started to play bishop b4 to
I
everyone.
decided I needed a change there.
But actually, I think that the line is this what you play is. Well, I played in the first one bishop b4.
Yeah.
Bishop e7 is also line, but I think the d takes e4 is just best. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
either bishop
play
e7,
bishop
knight
at
e7.
Your game in the first round, I liked it pretty well because whenever I saw the position, it looked pretty bad for you for some reason.
Well, it was bad, probably.
No, but I checked on the engine at home, right? And the engine was always like never bad, always equal, and I was quite surprised to see that.
Mm. Yes. So I usually play e5, but I saw that you are playing the only bishop e7 line. That's why I played the
Bishop,
bishop
yeah.
e5. Because I think that after d4, knight e4, bishop e7, knight e7, you have really good chances of
Yeah,
equality.
Bishop e7, I don't like the line with bishop f6 much.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
So knight f3. Yeah.
I don't even remember my lines.
Well, f5, a6. Well, I think it's okay, right? And if you don't want to do this, you can do knight e7. That's
Yeah.
kind of. Because I know that you are playing sometimes Rubinstein, this d takes e4.
Oh no, that was.
No, you're not playing it.
That was my. Yeah, I do play it sometimes, but if
Only
my
blitz.
opponent is if my opponent is somewhere around 25-30 and all that, I just can't do that.
Okay,
Because it's too much play for white. Yeah.
that's true. And so You learned during this tournament this line, or you did it at home?
I did a bit at home, and over here I was like, okay, I need a change.
And you played 2 times this H4, right? Also.
Yeah, 2 times. I think actually, yeah, Sheng beat me in that.
That was actually a nice game. You played that line, that sacrifice at 98, but you should have done it in the previous move, right?
Yeah,
The move
not with f6. And the reason was, even in the end, my e6 pawn was the reason I lost that game. Yeah.
Well, we can watch that. It was somewhere over. And you played also the opening really fast. It is like in some course of Anish Giri, or what is this?
Yeah.
And you have the course, or
Yeah. So the thing is, actually, we played the same line till Long Castle King f1. We played the same line in the previous event.
aha, you played the same.
I lost that time too, but we
So
played
you-
the same moves.
Aha, so you are playing this bishop before line. When I was preparing, I didn't see the game.
No, I played only one game that time actually.
Aha, so that's not in database probably, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Huh.
Played the same line, and then we had a
And where did you deviate? In which moment?
yeah, at the point c4, because previously I went king b8, he took d c5.
And that was good for him.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
you've made improvement with c4.
well, my game didn't improve much, but yeah, it did. Yeah, I think bishop e8 was very unnecessary. I was just concerned about queen f4 threats.
Okay, but only after queen f4 you can do bishop e8.
Yeah, that's.
But what's better? Some knight.
I think something like
Queen
maybe I can just go king 8, park my king there, and get knight a5, knight b6, something. Not sure. Okay, knight e5 doesn't make sense. I think bishop b4.
Well, I like this position for white usually, but maybe it's okay for play.
Yeah, it is a bit cramped to play, to be honest,
But you wanted to play this.
yeah, I'd rather prefer this than that knight f6.
So what was the moment? It was
Yeah, from here it started.
here, right? Now you could have played that
Yeah.
rook d6.
So the main part, I saw the plan was knight d2.
Here?
No, now it doesn't make sense. Now I can just play knight b7 and take on this d6 with the queen.
Yes, yes.
I was concerned about knight e5 here,
Here.
planning d7.
Mm-hmm. So you have, if you take, that's some problem. You can d6.
No, but I think takes is the best move.
And then for f6 maybe something.
Yeah.
Or just
F6.
a6.
Yeah, I think if I just.
But
play
it looks shaky, but maybe it's.
Yeah, but the three one knight with against the 3 pieces here, it's pretty. I would prefer this one actually.
Well, you got the idea, but
Yeah.
in the wrong move order.
Yes.
Wow, yeah, you missed this move, right? Or
No, I saw this move. That's why I took rook into d6. Or else I wouldn't even consider rook d6. Because if you take 2 moves back, if you see this position, if he doesn't have knight b3, I don't have to do anything. I can just play queen b7 a6. Not even queen b6, queen a5 a6. Yeah.
So this is the only idea how to break this.
That's the only reason I took here, and I wish I'd done it one more earlier. Yeah, engine shows queen d6, but that's beyond me.
Here?
Yeah, it shows
Here?
knight b7. It shows knight b7.
And you.
No,
what?
Before knight b7.
Hmm.
It shows queen d6 and.
So knight c5 probably is.
Yeah, knight c5, and it said something like let the opponent take on a4
and then some. Well.
Okay,
it looks bad for black, but
practically speaking, it's not possible to play.
Maybe like this something. Well, you have to bring the rook somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like this. I don't know.
Yeah.
You'll like triple on b file somehow. Rook b4.
Yeah, rook b7 then. I mean, the bishop on e2 is his concern.
So maybe like this, yes.
And once I take on b7 and play bishop f6 or bishop c6 or queen c7, I think it's.
Yes, it's okay. Well, okay, we wanted to look at that game and then.
Oh yeah, we deviated.
I knew this line with rook b1. I think this is also some line.
Yeah, this is the same line Sheng Joshua played me.
That was the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so if I had to play the same one against you, maybe.
And you wanted to play the same, right?
Which one?
With Ansat.
Yeah, I prepared for that a lot because once I lost again against Sheng Joshua, right?
And Ansat is playing always at this h4, h5. I saw
H4,
that.
H5, yeah.
He's never playing that queen g4, queen g7 line.
No, I think that's I didn't prepare well for that, so I'm thankful it did.
This was all your preparation still?
Yeah, I think he shouldn't take it.
Something else like queen e2 or... But this looks already quite good for black.
I mean, it's quite equal, so it's comfortable for black playing French.
And he's for some reason always going to time shop and he's thinking a lot. I have no idea why.
Yeah.
But at least today he drew. He has a half point out of 5 with white.
Oh.
And also maybe even in that game was better. Worse.
Yeah, c4 was just. I'm not sure it was bad, but after c4 takes, I think bishop a3 was the
right
right
move.
continuation. Yeah. Because that.
After this, you just take?
No, bishop on d6.
Ah, bishop d6 is different. So what's the matter with rook?
I was thinking rook e8. I mean, it's a bit passive, but.
But you are threatening queen c4.
Yeah, so I was thinking bishop d6, queen takes c4, takes, knight takes, and something like knight c6. I mean, no, the b1, because this one I would like to keep on d5.
Better for white, for black.
Yeah,
or you only can take and rook b1?
Yeah, no, I was considering knight b5. I went rook a8.
This is not better for black?
I think it's better, but there were lines with rook b1 and knight a3 here.
And you can hold it somehow.
I can't tell for sure, yeah.
But okay, rook b1, rook a2?
Yeah, knight a3.
Knight e5?
Take on take.
It's still better for black, but... Okay, so it was like some easy game, you just got nice pieces and...
It was very comfortable.
Then tactics went out great.
Yeah. I mean, bishop a1 was just wrong after a few moves.
This Kramnik would win this like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, bishop a3 was what I was considering. Bishop a1 just looks too dull.
And after rook c3, some bishop...
Bishop d6.
Bishop d6.
I can't defend the f7 pawn. So he goes rooks.
But you have always knight f4 maybe? So what, rook c3, bishop d6?
Yeah, I was considering rook c1, king h2, rook takes. Knight takes, sorry.
Knight takes, rook takes f7 probably.
Yeah, and now go knight g4, knight e3, knight f5.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well then, bishop a3 is also not good, right?
Yeah, but bishop a1, the bishop just...
Bishop a1 was just bad.
Yeah, yes. Once I got my rook here, yeah, that bishop was punished.
Actually, when I was preparing for you, I saw that you are streaming sometimes with some guy.
With leeches, yeah.
Yes.
Well, not my proudest streams, but...
Oh god. Okay, this is still in progress. Oh, okay, we can leave them for now. Okay,
yeah,
thank you
good
for showing that. So you are staying here for another 2 minutes?
Yeah, staying for 4 more.
4 more. Till Christmas. So there is one last game to be played, but it's already, I think, absolutely winning for white. So it's not necessary to watch that.
Yeah, white is completely winning. It is only just a few moves, and I think that black will resign. But black already got IM norm,
Yes.
so it is a very good
Actually, maybe
result
it's not
for
that clear
him.
now. Maybe he has some chances, but okay, we don't need to watch that because it's not
Yeah,
important. Because
and he reached his final norm. So after this tournament, he will send application to get IM title. FIDE.
I actually asked that Indian guy Nitish, which was here. He said that it is already his fifth norm, IM norm, so he don't need those IM norm.
This Nitish guy?
Yes.
Yeah, really? Wow. But he need to reach 2400
Yes, he
rating.
needs
Yeah.
2400. That's true.
And now after this tournament,
Well, he's getting some rating, but not
he's
that much.
close, but still not
Yes.
enough. Yeah, good. So I wish these guys many good performance in the next tournament. And thank you a lot for
Watching.
your watching. And many thanks to our great streamer, Mr. Jego Špechać, and also tournament director Attila Czebe. So thank you for everything, and I wish you
Nice day.
nice day. Yeah. So bye
Bye.
bye.